Started the stream. We are live. I'm pulling up just to verify on Twitch that we are live.
Perfect, perfect. And just leave the chats, etc. to me. I'll track the chats.
Yeah,
I
that would be
know
great.
the following the UI can be a handful, so yeah, that's all you.
Yeah, I like having the age and like window mode and having the Twitch chat over on the side. Something like that.
Yeah, that also makes sense. See, that's what you learn, when you cast along
Yeah.
with procasters.
All right. I think we have people trickling in now.
Perfect. I'll also just load up the brackets and uh, check a
Yeah.
couple of quick stats. We can discuss the players before we dive into the game.
Oh, thank you, Brooke G. It is current. If you could edit for us as a mod, it is mhongpa and come get some. That would be fantastic. And if you could change the title to the round of, what is this, 16?
Yep, round of 16.
Yeah, all of the matches today, round of 16, so exciting. Thank you. All right. What's going on? How we doing? Hello, hello. Proceed
Yeah,
playing. All right, come get some. So we've got the first series we're going to cast is I Am Turk versus Chef Sudiste. This is recorded. We did have the third game go out of sync, but we do have the result up for that. I won't
mm-hmm.
spoil it until we play the first two games, of course. And then I
Sounds
don't know
perfect.
the results of the series, so we'll have to wait and see how that goes. And then right after that, we are going to cast Rohbrot versus Conqueror. And then potentially we will do KingofOsmane and versus the Only Boss. So
Hmm.
we'll have to see.
Looking like a long but a perfect Sunday for us. Yeah,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, yes. Just very chill. A lot of good games. Round of 16. Before the top eight. So very exciting and yeah, great players. I mean, I Am Turk is fantastic. Chef Sudiste also very high on the ladder right now. Rohbrot top 10 player. Conqueror also exceptional, and then two high seeds in KingofOsmane and the Only Boss. So it'll be very interesting to see who comes out into the next round.
That's true. And just talking about I Am Turk and Chef Sudhi's journey. So in the round of 32, uh, so we had Chef Sudhist, a clean sweeping peekaboo in 4-0. So yeah, riding that
Yeah,
momentum, looking strong.
yeah.
Facing the higher seeded I Am Turk. So interestingly, I Am Turk was peer seeded 8, while Chef Sudhist was, peer seeded 9. So yeah, as close as it
Wow.
can get.
Yeah, and I mean, I Am Turk is very old school kind of player. He has really good micro, and his H2 aggression in particular can be very strong with a lot of Euro civs. And he doesn't play around. He's very direct. Like he just has an incredible game sense. So that's going to be really, really helpful for him. And he's got a lot more experience, I think, than Chef Sudiste. But Chef
Oh
Sudiste
yeah,
has been, doing incredibly well as of late. And as you mentioned, that 4-0 in the round of 32 was very impressive. So we'll have to see how this goes.
yeah. I don't expect a 4-0 at all. I expect a long series,
Yeah.
and perhaps we'll see the famous I am turking, maybe
Yes.
stretching the games a bit long,
Yes.
trying
Yes.
his opponents to force a mistake, and as you said, maybe capitalize on his superior micro skills. But yeah, I am Turk definitely the favorite here. Has a lot of tournament experience also in the previous tournaments. Chef Sudist, more of an up and coming player, but yeah, highly ranked on the ladder, knows the meta, DE meta very well. So I expect some very interesting games.
Yes, that is very true. I think Sudiste's game knowledge and I would say even recent playtime is definitely a bit higher than Turk's right now. I feel like Turk might be a little rusty. I mean, he hasn't played that much as of late, so we'll have to see if that comes into effect. And thank you, Gigs. It is a nice shirt. I'm glad you appreciated it. So yeah, we'll wait maybe a few more minutes for people to start trickling in more. And then yeah, so what do you think about Rohbrot versus Conqueror, the series after that? What are your thoughts on that?
Oh man. See, I have been bashed by Rohbrot a lot. So, I'm
Yeah.
certainly biased and I hope Rohbrot. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. Some of these round of 16 players like I Am Turk, Conqueror, some of these old pros, we'll have to see what kind of form they are in because we haven't seen them much in action yet. Even Conqueror, I think, had a 4-0 clean sweep in the round of 32.
Yes.
I don't think it was a high rated opponent, but yeah, he was looking solid there. But Rohbrot, a fan favorite here, and higher seeded, definitely had some recent experience with all the tournaments, and has the DE knowledge. So yeah, I think Rohbrot will be a fan favorite into the series, but you cannot count Conqueror out. Treaty Pro, if the game goes late, I think he has knowledge of the Asian and the War Chief serves down pat. But yeah, we'll have to see how he adapts into it, the DE meta and the Africa serves.
Yeah, this is very true. And I've actually played with both of these players and against both of these players before. Um, Rohbrot has such an unconventional way to micro, and Lionheart told me that he said that Rohbrot has such an unusual way of microing, and I didn't really
Hmm.
understand what he meant until like I saw it, and I was like, he doesn't use control groups, he just drags and
Oh
double
yeah.
clicks and but he does he just splits units so effectively that he overwhelms you as to where he's coming from and what he's doing. He's very partial to artillery and really strong timing attacks. His Spain is
Hmm.
obviously really good, but I'm expecting a Spain ban, right? But the thing is Robot's very good with other civilizations as well, so we'll have to see what he pulls out. Interesting to see for picks and counter picks here. Conqueror, a very solid, as you mentioned, old school kind of player. So I'm really excited for that one as well. That'll be a really good one.
Oh yeah, and potentially if you have KingofOsmane versus the Only Bows, even that would be a great one. I mean, I know that King is rated. I think he's seed number one and
Yes.
one of the favorites in this tournament for sure. He looked very strong in the ESOC Legacy tournament and even the one before. But I casted the Only Bows series versus who was it? I think it was versus Lopsided Fluff. And
Hmm.
Lop is a decent player, but
Yes.
only
Yes.
Baus dominated that series, man. He won
Yeah.
all four games, and again a player with solid micro, solid mechanics, very old school player.
Hmm.
So I mean that series might be closer than one thinks. So I mean the only boss could be like a dark horse in this tournament, and I
Yeah.
don't expect it to be like a 4-0 sweep by Osme. But yeah.
Yeah. And I think if you 4-0 anyone in this tournament, no matter what, like that's just not 4-0, but like if you dominate any series, like that's just going to be showing you that you're good with several civs right off the bat, and you're really good with him because all of the players that are in this are really good, and so coming out hot like that's got to be really good for your confidence as well. You've got nothing to lose against the number one seed, might as well just absolutely go for it. So we'll see how that turns out. All right, so we're
Yeah,
getting
that's true.
around. I see like 75 people or so. Gigs, should we get started here, or should we wait a few more minutes? What are you thinking? What do you think? I'm get some.
Yeah, I think you can go.
All
Players will
right.
keep pouring in. I think it's still a little bit early to get to that, I think 150, 200 player mark.
Mhm.
But as we
Mhm.
go along, we have so many games. We have a
True.
large agenda, as they say.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we can get started. But Mahongpa, I love to know the civ bans between I Am Turk and Chefs of the East. I mean, I'm expecting a
Uh.
Portuguese ban for Chefs of the East.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
for Turk, I'm not sure. Maybe a German ban, maybe an Ottoman ban.
Yeah. I actually was not informed on that information. so I do not know. But yeah, we'll just get right
Just
into
give
the
me a second.
games.
I'll check that for you right now.
Yeah. All right, everyone. The first map.
Water buffalo graze nearby the traversable river that runs through the fertile Punjabi plains. Across the river, players will find many berry bushes and 2 Udasi temples. In the south, there is a trading route which gently borders the Thar Desert. With densely packed forests and a starting mango grove rickshaw, there will be absolutely no shortage of wood.
All right. Hello and welcome to the round of 16 best of 7 series between I Am Turk and Chef Sudiste. In the west side of the map on Punjab, we have Chef Sudiste in the color red, spawning in as the French. In the color blue, we have I Am Turk playing the Brits. Now, what do you think about this matchup and this map? Come get some.
Oh man, I love this matchup. It's a very classic legacy matchup. I think it has evolved over the years. I think it used to be a bit Brit favored, but on TP maps such as this, it can potentially go either way. And a unique thing about this map is that you have some cows, and that extra native scout that French has can help you get those a little bit faster. And the fact that you can also go for the 3 TPs, possibly a stagecoach play, also kind of shifts the edge to France. But yeah, I'd still say it's like a 55-45 matchup. Still favors Brits, I believe.
Yeah, Longbow Huss is really effective against French because they like to go in H3, particularly Skirmgoon, Cuirassier, and Longbows kind of deal with 2 of those, and then Huss just tank, and then they can, get other things like Musketeers in the mix, meleeing, shooting, and just the boom that they have, particularly the timing attack that Brit can pull off against France when they're transitioning from H2 to H3 can be very scary. So I agree that it's slightly favored for Brit in that sense. However, as you mentioned, some of the benefits on this map for Brits, or excuse me, France, like look here, he's not building a house and he has water
Oh,
buffalo,
so we
so he's
have a
going for a 12-10.
12-10
And
play from
I,
Cities.
yeah, I think this is a really, really wise decision because you're going to get up much faster. Your 4 CDBs are going to come in much faster. So if we look at his deck, we have 700 food, 4 CDBs. We even have Spice Trade for France, a bit unusual. We even have
Interesting.
Jaegers in deck. Interesting, very interesting. But other than that, very standard deck. So yeah, the 12-10 I think is going to be really nice. He's going to be able to get a barracks up very quickly, maybe even deny the forward tower. If we look at I Am Turk, he's on 17 villagers, while Chef Sudiste is aging up at the moment. And so let's look at his deck in this position. So he does have Pioneers. I think that's a really nice card, especially on this map, because if you look at the food distribution, he's not really close to his TC. It's hard to herd these back, and particularly the middle of the map. So when you have a lot of villagers around the map that are gathering food, especially against France when they're sending curs to raid, having extra
Hmm.
HP is very important. We do see 700 food. We see Yeoman as well, so he's going to have that extra multiplier against heavy infantry and more range for his longbows. So greedy, though, with Refrigeration and Royal Mint in a 1v1 deck.
Oh yeah. And I have to say, Turk is a very classic player. We don't have any shenanigans like, age 1 GMT or that age 2 church card into FI play that has been, sort of the DE meta. So yeah, I hope to see a very classic play by Turk, maybe a defensive barracks. And probably he'll be the one reacting here. But yeah, we have a nice stretch of contention. Turk might lose his hero here.
Yeah, he's on 115 HP. Macron here with the a little scandalous outfit, 142 HP. Nice micro with the native scout here,
Yeah.
blocking off the path of the explorer. He doesn't want to block his own explorer though, and is he okay? He gets the
Uh,
stairs still, so he's
yeah.
going to be able to kill him. Brit now aging up with the governor. France, however, has been in Age 2 for quite some time. Aged up with the quartermaster and has a shipment in queue, hasn't sent anything, now sending 4 CDBs. Didn't get that house up really in time for the transition period. Could have gotten that up a lot sooner, and 4 CDBs could have
Interesting.
been in. Let's see if there are any market techs. 0.81 coin, so yes, we do have placer mines and steel traps in. Getting a stable down. Outpost forced back because of the 1210, right? I mean,
Yeah.
typically as Brits in this matchup, you kind of want this here, but since the 1210 was so fast, and there was a lot of Age 1 fighting against the Explorer, he didn't really scout what's... Like, if we look at Turk's line of sight here, he has no idea what France is doing right now. He's probably expecting some, like, sort of aggression, right? Sudiste, on the other hand, has scouted the entire map with the, as you mentioned, Native Scout is super effective here, and the Mangrove is also a very nice addition to your scouting. So he's probably only going to
Yeah.
get out 2 Hus here, maybe 3, maybe 3. 3 would be really nice. At 5 minutes, okay, he gets 3 out, not bad. Can pick up the
So
Explorer.
Turk finally scouts what's happening in the French base. I think he'll be happy to see an in-base table. I'm not sure about this strategy from Chef Sudist. I think what he was cooking with the 12-10 was pretty smart on this map, especially his fast age up, eating some of the water buffaloes on the transition to age 2. But I just think you can do a calf semi with a much better eco if you go a 13 or 14 villager age up. And getting these 3 Hussar maybe 30 seconds earlier won't do much versus a civ like British who will have pikes or musketeers and a tower in his base. And he's not even going for any stagecoach play, not of FB. So not sure I love the 12-10, but trying to do a calf semi behind it. What are your thoughts, Mohammed?
No, I totally agree. You could absolutely take away this part of the map here with a barracks, and honestly, you know that Brit is going to start racks, right? And they can just exactly do this, where they just put a couple of bikes there, put pikes around the map, maybe siege the TP, get out longbows, and now these Husks are just like playing the runaround game, sure, but I Am Turk has herded very nicely here, getting more pikes out, and yeah, he's just gonna, this is gonna go towards his macro. He's getting musketeers now, and yeah, he's gonna catch out these Hussars. That would be really big.
Ooh,
Oh, he just
yeah.
misses it. But yeah, I agree. Maybe, and honestly, you can get a batch of 5 out. Granted, it is 20 seconds later, but 5 versus 3 is so much more effective. And Turk is just going to go straight for this trading post here. And yeah, he's on 9 manners. Huss going for a raid here. Does he have greatcoats in? He does. Oh, trying to pull trick there.
Ooh, will catch one will for his efforts.
Oh, he
But
doesn't
then he
even
saved
get
it. Oh,
one.
yeah.
That pull trick
Yeah.
saved that villager. So he pulled a few extra villagers on the coin mine off of the mine so that the villager on the periphery could sprint towards the TC. So he saves that really nice villager micro there. Now gets the
Yeah.
batches of musketeers out, and he's going to protect the base quite nicely. And now he also has 10 pikes. And let's not forget, if France ages up, he's not going to be able to just go spam curse, which he does age up. And now these pikes are coming in. I mean, they might not be able to do much against Skirm Goon, but I mean, with this much siege, they might be able to take a house down. But the thing about CDBs is that they are so tanky and really strong, and with this many CDBs shooting, he might be able to protect with pikes here, but he's also not... He needs to get out a full batch. Decides to back up here, maybe house dance a
Ooh,
little
will
bit. He's
Turk
getting
finish
so much...
sieging, yeah.
Yeah, he's getting so much idle time, and he's just not going to get out a full batch of Dragoons.
Hmm.
Like, he didn't
But yeah, I
need that
think
house.
right now, France has a slight tempo advantage. He is in age 3 where he wants to be with those powerful shipments, all units already upgraded to veteran. Brits, meanwhile, is going for a semi FF behind this, has a superior economy, but Brit goes age 3 pretty slowly. So yeah, it's upon Chef Sudis to do some sort of damage here. Otherwise, Turk's eco will just he can just ride the momentum of Brits, and will be just far ahead.
Yeah, we do see I Am Turk going for the age up here. He's going up with the longbows. Chef Sudiste here now training dragoons, shipping dragoons. He is housed, however. So, yeah, he needs to get a house down. And he's going to rebuild his trading post. Just poking around the map with his skirmishers and 1 dragoon on these exterior hunts. Let's see if he's able to pick up a villager. I don't. Maybe, probably not. Honestly, does get a nice snipe on the musketeer. He's got the range advantage. He's just going to clean up a lot of this heavy infantry. Longbow's now coming out onto the field, and they are just going to be able to stand here really nicely. 1.5 rate of fire. And how close is Turk to the age up? He's halfway there. TC fire as well as longbows. And now Sudis is going to have to micro. The pikes were going into cover mode, but didn't get shot at. So nice not taking the bait there. Did we just get a follow? I think we did. Thank you, whoever that was, for the follow. I don't have the name up, but I will find out in a moment. Let's see.
Yeah, but is Sudis following up with 2 Falconet behind this? Because remember, Brit has to upgrade all his units to veteran while being under pressure, so it's pretty hard to squeeze that. Chef going with 1k wood though. Interesting.
I do think he needs some sort of tempo here because, you know, he needs something to siege. He needs something to put this tower under pressure. He needs to be getting down the barracks. And now it's too late. The Age of has come in. We have a lot of longbows now. And the macro is not going to be able to afford upgrades. So he's kind of in a dodgy spot.
Well, look at Turk going so greedy. 8 villagers in age 3 versus friends who, you know, I expected a 2 Falconet shipment from the get-go, but Turk being so greedy. And he, you know, he might be able to get away with it because of the 1k wood choice by Chef.
And honestly, with 8 Vills here, what he can do is, he could just do a Vill pull. I mean, he's got Greatcoats in, 200 HP, right? And Dragoons only do half damage against villagers. There's not a lot of skirms here, so if Falconets do come into his base, he could just do the... just go! Let's go! Shoddy, bring out the fisticuffs. You got an axe in your pocket, just, you know, bring that to the melee and punch down that Falconet. So, yeah, veteran longbows now in. I'm curious to see if he's... Okay, he's going Dragoons. I really don't like going Dragoons and longbows because longbows need to stand still, and if Cav come onto them, they just get absolutely melted, and they have to walk back, and they aren't effective without that 1.5 rate of fire. I feel like Huss here or, like, Musketeers would be much more effective. What do you think about the composition of... He did cancel their Dragoons, though, but what do you think of that?
I think you have an excellent point, but you know, making musketeers, you'll have to upgrade them to veteran, and you know, dragoons can help you catch some raids. But I like your point that, you know, he needs some meat shield, maybe the 5 hussar shipment, maybe add just another 5 pikes for a potential meat shield, so the longbowman can just, you know, a machine gun while standing. But yeah, and that's exactly what he's doing. I think telepathically he has heard us. He's adding 5 pike, making dragoons. He knows he has enough longbowman mass, and he has the falconets. So what did Chef do with this 1k wood? I'm interested. So he did go for a second TC, even go for a second barracks here, and now he'll ship 2 falconets to, I think, his middle TC. Interesting.
I like that. So going greedy and particularly taking away the herds and gaining some really nice map control, and on this trading post, and you sort of also have these 2 coin mines in your pocket here. So very nice.
And look at his hero. I'm pretty sure he's going for a 3rd TC. Chef is forgetting it's a 1v1. He's just going for...
man.
He's a team enjoyer, man.
He's a port enjoyer, and he's just... His inner port is like, this is unacceptable. I need 3 TCs producing CDBs right now. So he's just going to completely take over this side of the map. Really nice treasure up here, too, if he can potentially get that with his hero after... But it looks like he's moving in. Turk here getting some nice map control with outposts. Is the outpost going to go up, though? 2 falconets are in for both players. That's a decent skirmisher match. We have 27 skirmishers for Sudist versus I Am Turks. 25 longbows. I think the longbows will win this, but the falconets are unpacking, and they take a nice volley, get a triple kill, and a lovely volley. Yeah, doing a lot of damage here. So that was a really nice trade there.
Interesting. But I think, you know, you shouldn't be going to the tower and longbowmen. Turk might have the yeoman upgrade, which he can use his longbowmen to sort of snipe the falconets, and the tower also gives you the line of sight. So it's pretty hard to take the falconet war, which is crucial in this, you know, vanilla matchups in Age 3. So whoever comes out on top of the falc war will have the upper hand here. And Chef losing half an HP, but going in with the Dragoons, one Falconet
Oh,
down.
Turk! Oh, now he's going
Second
in with his
Falconet down.
Dragoons, and he does somehow kill the Falconet, and he loses all of his
Oh man,
Dragoons right now.
yeah.
Longbows are still alive, doing massive damage on the other Dragoons. Pikemen are just chasing the Dragoons away, and the Longbows are now tanking... Excuse me, the Pikemen are tanking... And, oh, that was so unfortunate, the pathing that Falconet just walked around completely the other side of the tree, and... Longbows trading now with the Skirmishers, 14... Now 13 longbows. Chef Sudis has 21 skirmishers.
Yeah, I think this is a good trade for Chef because he is on 3 TCs now. He has
Yeah,
traded off his 2 Falconets. He did some damage. He caught a couple of wills for free. He took down the tower for free. Now, Turk is the one who will be on a timer very soon because Chef has the
absolutely.
map. He has the
Uh-oh.
3 TCs.
Uh-oh. Turk, your
Ooh,
villagers. And look at that. So many skirmishers can't even one-shot. Okay, they do now. Okay, nice
oh
micro.
yeah,
Nice split micro there,
yeah.
killing 3
Love that
villagers.
splits, man.
Yeah, really, okay. And now the 3 Kerr shipment coming in. Is he going to get the 8 Kerr timing? I feel like that would be pretty solid. Turk does not have a lot of anti-cav. Yeoman coming
Hmm.
in, more Dragoons, now training Falconets. So he's going to have Falconets, but the thing is about this composition is that, longbows are going to have to stand still. Dragoons are going to have to be moving or behind the longbows. And
Mm-hmm.
Falconets just won't be able to move. I just feel like he needs Huss,
Yeah,
honestly. He
I
needs
feel like
something.
Turk is over making Longbowmen, which is the classic mistake one can do, especially in this matchup. You have to be scared of the calf combat cures potentially. And can we see Turk's POV with the fog of war? I want to know, does he know there are 3 TCs on the field? Uh,
Oh, he
yeah, that's
does.
exactly why he's going for the Falconet push.
Yeah. Oh, and he sees the Kurz now. Kurz going in.
Ooh, but I don't think this is enough curs. I think Chef should
No.
have waited for a batch of more
You
curs.
need 8, and that was just not a good curse switch. The curse switch is, like, you need a massive amount. Here come 4
Oh,
Falconets onto the
Falconets!
field,
Oh
and they're gonna
man.
get a massive
Oh
flank,
man.
and there are no cuirassiers left to protect this. Longbow's still draining down with 26 range. Look at this range that they have. Look at that snipe with
Yeah.
the Dragoon. They locked on and it just absolutely just deleted it. Oh, tower losing almost half HP. Goons and longbows, more longbows coming in. Cav combat as well being sent. What is
I love to,
Sudistu? Culverins are coming
switch
in.
those 10 Longbowmen for 10 Pike. He has enough
Yes.
Falconets, he has enough Longbowmen. He just needs cover. But I think very smart by Chef, adding Culverins, going for calves, which can be a bit risky. It may work, it may not work. So he's going for the safer Culverin play. But I think he will at least lose that middle TC for sure.
Yeah, some cheeky GUA raids at the top with the Musketeers. Falconets, Dragoons. How many villagers are inside this town center? There are none, but he's going to lose this. And with it, some of the natural resources alongside it. Longbow's picking up a quarter bois over here. 3 Culverins come out. That is a bit
Oh, that's a
excessive.
nice batch. That's a nice batch. And how many will this Turk on? So we have 50 CDBs for French and
59, so
59.
pretty much equal based on 25%. So, oh, he does pick up more, and now he's backing up
Ooh,
the
yeah, let's see the
Falconets.
micro now. Remember, Longbowmen can potentially, with their 26 range on the Yeoman, can pick off the Culverins.
Yeah, and
But Turk is going back wisely. I think he is adding his own Culverin, playing it safely. It is a tournament game.
here he comes training some Hussars. Does he have he does have veteran Hussars here. 3 Culverins still
Nice.
moving slowly forward. These Musketeers just being annoying. He's had to put 7 CDBs inside the town center just like for 2 Musketeers. Just shoot them with
Yeah.
your blunderbuss. They'll die much faster. Now he's going up at the top though, but is he gonna get counter pushed by Sudis? I mean, you can't really base trade on. I mean, he could just base trade here, right? Like if Turk pushes this
Yeah.
at the top, Sudis could go in, but he doesn't have a lot of siege. That's the thing.
True, but the thing is, even Turk's economy is on the top. I think Chef has sort of cleared down the resources towards the mid. There is only one mine left there. So I think Turk is just happy to sit on top there with
Yeah.
his villagers, with his army. But yeah, still, Turk is on the timer. I think finally we'll have Chef outscaling British here, which is very unusual in this matchup. Chef even adding falconets of his own.
I mean, I think that's a good idea. He needs some sort of siege with Skirmgoon Kolv. You have 3 Culverins. You should add in some of your own artillery. Now, how many Culverins did... Okay, so Turk only made 2, but he made 4 Falcon... Or he still has the 4 Falconets. And he's adding in a nice amount of Hussars here. Musketeers just being super annoying. H2, though, Musketeers. Another CDB gets picked up. Falconets, okay, they're just dancing around now. 2 Falconets for Sudiste. Chef, 3 Culverins. Does he have any of the arsenal techs? It's hard to see on the recordings. They don't tell you the technologies that you have. Falconets unpacking here. 2 Culverins coming into position. Nice massive Hussars coming together here. I am Turk. Did send Cav Combat. Nice volley. Almost got a bounce. Oh, did you see that? The damage from the Culverins on the bounce there. Damaging a Falconet by about 70 damage. And even getting a Culverin here a little bit. Alright, so now Cav Kuros being researched at the arsenal. More Hussars are being made. There's a nice massive 18. He's going to get another 5. Culverin's trading here. Oh, he loses all of his Culverins, and he didn't make enough. And the Falconets now have free reign, but that's a lot of Huss. The Huss are crashing in onto the skirmishers and the Falconets, and he's just going to abandon these Falcons. Culverins behind the trees in a very nice position. Longbows are now sniping at the Dragoons and the Longbows. Turk's Dragoons are also going against the other Dragoons, and the Huss are snaring. Longbows getting absolute insane DPS and range with their Yeomen. Falconets behind, out of position. Huss are still connecting. No Dragoons are left. I am Turk sending refrigeration behind this. What is Sudiste doing? Double raxing skirms, but he needs more Dragoons. Falconets are coming in, sending 1k coin behind this. Longbows are just melting everything. It gets out only a batch of 4 Dragoons. Sell wood to get your batches. And these Longbows are just going to walk up, artillery sieging and killing a lot of CDBs down here. The Huss are snaring. Longbows are right in their face. They're not going to be... These skirmishers won't be able to kite any of this because they're just so much range. A lot of low HP skirms, though. If he had some curs popping out right now... Because the Dragoons are super out of position. He has the res. 1k coin needs to be picked up. Get these vills off berries and get the coin. Longbows are still just raining hell on these skirmishers. And I am Turk building a TC in the middle of all of this. And just raiding with Huss. 62 villager lands. Chef Sudiste calls GG. What a game. What'd you think of that? I am. Come get some. That was crazy. Wow. Resources, as we can see here, I am Turk having less than France 3 TC booming, and the longbows were just absolutely just destroying. And look at this! Catching up to Brit, and then even at Brit's level, but then started losing villagers. The military population here. Sudiste just got eviscerated on the micro there. Wow. So let's go back to the home screen. I will update the scores. I am Turk winning game 1. Game 2. Or excuse me, Chef Sudiste losing. Oh my goodness, my Discord just exploded. I'm sorry. Did you miss all of that? Hello?
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So I've got to follow the game on the Twitch.
Oh
but
no, I'm so sorry. I was like, oh, I was confused. I was like, hello. I was just like, whatever. I'm just gonna go. I didn't know what happened.
No, it's fine. I think the climax of the game, that Turk calf switch and the micro winning the game, that was just oh so sweet.
Now,
Turk proving he is
yeah.
jacked and yeah, taking game one. But I think it was very well played by Chef up to that point where I think the third TC was way too greedy,
Way too
but he
greedy.
caught up with the British economy. If he just understood the power of calf combat dragoons and cuirassiers, could have
Now,
had the game. I think he certainly had the edge at that time.
yeah, I feel like Sudis played that more like Brit and tried to just boom, but I mean, the thing was the curse switch was so poor, and then Turk just had a proper cav switch and just deleted everything.
Yeah. And French skirmishers can't trade with British longbowmen, especially after that Yeoman card. But yeah, some of the funny comments in the chat. He's at saying needed covered wagon for 4 TCs to win the game.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
All right, so we've got
3 TC with French is a bit overkill. Yeah,
yeah.
I agree. In like this 1v1, in a smaller map like this, it is a bit risky indeed.
All right. So we've got game 2 on Scandinavia.
Water buffalo graze nearby the traverse.
The cold winters of Scandinavia do not prevent it from being a resource-rich area, and bountiful seas on each side of the peninsula contribute much to the stunning abundance of resources here. There are always 2 trade routes. They can spawn either along the coasts or behind each player's base.
All right. Hello and welcome back to game number 2 in this round of 16 best of 7 ESOC spring tournament between I Am Turk and Chef Sudiste. In the south of the map in the color red, we see Chef Sudiste spawning in the color red as the Dutch. On the north side of the map, we see I Am Turk playing the Swedes. What are
Oh
your
man,
thoughts on
looking at the
this?
matchup, I could have sworn it was I Am Turk playing his classic Dutch. I think Dutch is one of the top civs for I Am Turk, and Chef cooking up with Sweden. But yeah, the roles have
Yeah,
reversed.
I'm a bit surprised on this, but yeah. What are your thoughts on this map and this matchup? Come get some.
On the map, man, I think it's one of my top 3 maps, especially as a spectator in a tournament. This is such a greedy map. You have trading posts, you have waters on both sides, you have lots of resources on land. So, and you have some of those natives also, which allow you to greed even more. I think you can get the 4 tops. So if
Oh, I,
from I think this one or the other one,
no,
maybe
it's
sometimes you
yeah.
switch.
It's
Yeah.
it's either House of Vatsa, but this time Witzelbach spawned,
Okay.
and this one is
And of
actually really good. Maybe not in this matchup because skirmishers. Well, the skirmishers get more range with this, which is actually always good. So, for Dutch, that would just be nuts.
yeah. And yeah, I think, both civs love to play it a bit greedy. Sweden with the top boom, Dutch with the bank boom. So yeah, I expect semi FF or FF play from both civs, but I think we could even see a potential, H2, some H2 pressure. We could see Carolean leather cannons or hussars from Sweden. The way I like to play this as Dutch is, ship 8 pikes, make like 10 skirmishers to just, sort of keep the top population in check and use the superior range of the skirmishers.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's going to be very interesting to balance greed with the aggression of trying to keep the other eco in check. Turk has a very standard deck. I did see Sudiste had the Irish Brigadiers. We do see a treasure. Oh no, they're just
Ooh,
battling
85
here,
points.
and it
Yeah, I
looks
think
like
both of
Sweet.
them are just waiting for the crack shot.
I don't know why Turk did that. He was winning the... Oh, and he snipes
Oh,
him!
he gets. Yeah. I
And
think
he...
Turk knew he was on low HP, so he wouldn't win the hero war. So he just wanted to get the 85 coin ASAP.
Well, the thing is he was actually on higher HP than Sudiste was, but I do think maybe if the envoy came over, that
Oh,
was in the back of his mind, so that's why he probably went for it. And again, getting that wood is so important, and just flexing in front of Sudiste to just get that treasure immediately in front of him. Does lose his Explorer, so that's a nice 45 XP, and also denying information for what Dutch will be doing. Hurting a bit dodgy here. They are... So... one thing is you don't want to be eating the herd that is being gathered by the Torp. You want the Torp to be gathering from herds that are eat on the ground as long as possible, and the more you eat, the obviously less there is for the Torp collect. So, a lot of chopping over here, probably just going to get his Torps around the map. Let's look at his line of sight and see what mines he's identified. Did he miss this one back here? Ooh. Oh, he did. That's a problem.
oh yeah.
That's such
On
a
this map, you
problem.
have these, sort of corner mines that would be perfect for Sweden. Even if you see on the top right, yeah, there is another mine that he missed.
Yeah, I mean, granted, with this one you can only put down like 3 because of the positioning of where it is in relation to the corner, but that's huge. Let's look at Sudiste's perspective. He's already aged up here. He's on 16 villagers. He has shipped 700 wood. He's got a house, a bank, and looks like he's just macroing to get a few more banks up. So, yeah. Hasn't really herded in, though. I would like to see him herd, because you particularly want these berries to be as safe as possible. Especially as Dutch, like, having just, really good food source in base like this is particularly valuable. So now building banks. Let's talk about base building design. This is a little suspect. I mean, like, Vills will get trapped on their way back, or pathing around here to get back into the TC if they're getting raided. Just put it right here. You don't even have to block this off, just make a choke point, so it's harder for things to get in and out of. So that's definitely something to think about. Now shipping 1 bank, so pretty standard Dutch play. I am Turk on the
Yeah.
other hand. Let's see, he's aged up the villager, 2 villagers and 2 cows. Explorer comes back up, and he's killed the cows on the Torps, and is just chopping, sending Dominions. Envoy scouting around the map, has another shipment in queue, and he's going for Dominions now. Let's see where he goes with these Torps.
I'm very interested to see if Turk is just going pure top greed, or will he add a stable somewhere down the line?
Yeah, I'm very curious to see. He hasn't built any military infrastructure as of yet. Now, this is a big no-no as a Swedish player. You never want to put all 4 Torps on your starting mine. Why? Because this will run out, then these Torps will do nothing, and you have villagers that can't gather coins safely near your base. Put at most 2 on this, and particularly on this map, since you don't have a second in-base mine, like, he has to go over here, or there, which he hasn't even scouted, so where does he go for his next mine? Like, here? But there's 3 Torps on this one, so he's going to run out of coin very quickly, especially because he has ironworks in.
That's a good point. And how many banks does Sudiste have?
He's on 5
Already
banks
on
here,
5 banks.
and he's shipping 600 wood. He's probably going to put down a church, a stable, or a barracks, a market. He does need a market. I would honestly like to see with this villager, just put a market here. As Dutch, it's always excellent to have a sneaky deaky villager off to the side of your base, because you could just abuse the market, buy resources, buy the big batches of Minutemen, or whatever it is. Now building a barracks, we see. Nice. He doesn't have any berries left, but he's herded quite nicely. Wood is getting picked up. No villagers on coin. He's going to macro to age up quite nicely.
We have the classic DE meta, the first military building going up at 7 minutes.
Yep. And I am Turk just can't be asked to make a military production building. He doesn't care. He's just aging up the fortress. He's on 15 torps. He's booming. He's got all of his eco carts. Doesn't have blueberries. I mean, honestly, he's probably looking to age, which he is now. He's aging up with the exiled prince. I
Does
understand.
Turk have Jaegers in deck? So will he go? Is he a Falk enjoyer, Falk or Caroline enjoyer, or will he go for Jaegers and Hacker Elites, which is the I've seen Gaja played that composition really well.
Yeah, I
And
think
in this matchup, you need strong skirmishers to counter Dutch, I believe.
absolutely, just to counter the superior skirmishers that Dutch have in general, and then the Reuter mass, which can just run around the map. We do see Sudis double raxing, though. Interesting. I mean, the other thing about this deck that is a little concerning to me is he doesn't have the Haka Pellet cards, so I don't think he's going to be Haka Pellet producing
Oh,
right
so
now.
it's probably going to be the Lionheart combo, the classic, Carolean Falconet.
1k wood coming in. Interesting. Getting down. Oh, he is going stable barracks. Maybe it's going to be Muskas. I mean, it's just.
I'm not sure about that. I think Dutch is one of the best civs to handle, the Muskas composition
Yeah.
in H3.
The other thing to note about Haka Pellets is that since Reuters pack so tightly together, Haka Pellets trade very well with them because of their area of effect. So if you're shooting at a group of Reuters, a lot of them take damage from the area. So I feel like that's a really good choice. They also just kind of shit on skirms and melee. We do see Hussars being produced. Second stable going down.
What is the game plan here? I think perhaps Turk scouted the two barracks opening from Southeast, and he knows any Reuters or anti-cav that'll come will be a bit late, so that's why he's going Reuters. But Chef with the 200 IQ Halberdier pop. I think
Yeah.
he is missing Portuguese. So the classic Portuguese FF, the halberdiers into cannons and caçadores, and even with the first game where we saw the 3 TC French, I think he's just playing ports with every serve.
Now shipping 1k wood, double raxing Halbs. And honestly, though, I don't disagree with this. Really nice sneaky torp placement down here, though. That's excellent. But Halbs will... In this matchup, I don't think that's a bad idea. You're going to be making skirmishers, no doubt. But Halbs will give you siege to take down torps. They'll stop the Huss switches. They'll, provide you that siege that you're going to need. And, yeah, it's not a bad idea. I am Turk double producing Hussars now, though.
Oh man, what is this composition? Hussar
Hussfalk!
cannon. That is crazy.
Hussfalk is insane.
Not even hacker pellets, just pure Hussar and
just
Falconer.
what's... Bruzza, ew. What is this? Bruzza, ew. He's just... I mean, yeah.
And look at the perfectly placed envoy by Chef Sudist. He knows what's coming, and he is backing off, which is the right thing to do. I think he knows he has scouted the 4 tops, the 4 sneaky tops, has already sent a batch of halbs to deal with them, and now he just needs to back off. I think he'll add an artillery foundry here with the 1k wood, but yeah, let's focus on the fight.
Huge palp of 10 halbs coming out. Some raids though. Villager getting killed.
Oh man.
Halbs
the halbs
connecting.
alone will deal with the falconets and the hussar.
Just purely making hussars here, and there's a decent amount of halbs still, and Turk just calls GG.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think this was a bit of a trolley build from Turk. Not sure what he was up to, but yeah, even if Chef went for Reuters or even played it more standard, he just roll over this. You can't expect to win a top 20 game with Hussar Falconet in H3, man.
I mean, well, all right, yeah, that was bewildering to me. I don't know why you would do that. If he just went pure Hakabellets, he smashes that fight. He could have easily just picked off all of the halbs and then just from there melee all the skirmishers and you just win. Like that just deletes that mass. Just what or Corollians kill all the halbs, charge in, and then just melee. Like what are you doing?
Yeah. I think both the games have been lost because of the military unit composition. In game 1 we saw Sudis not making enough dragoons and paying the price for it. And this game the opposite happened. Turk didn't even go for a cav switch, it was cav right from the get-go. And that was a nice 200 IQ Hal pop. I think he scouted the Hussar with the envoy and immediately went for the halb switch. And halbs in melee just destroy even falconets. which we just
Yeah,
saw.
absolutely. And I mean, he just kind of came in and smoked him. But Shake does bring up a good point how Skirm does kind of melt Haka pellets, which is maybe what Chef was thinking was going to happen. So maybe that's why he made that composition as well. But there weren't really a lot of Halbs to, stop that. Like, if all
Hmm.
of those husks were Haka pellets there, I just wonder if that would have gone differently
True.
with
Maybe
Falconets.
Turk was thinking it was sort of like a counter pick because the winner of game one has to select Sif first. So
Yeah.
maybe Turk was just getting Sweden out of the way. Maybe that could be one way of thinking about it. But yeah, let's see what we have in store for game number 3.
Well, game number 3 went out of sync, unfortunately, but it was an Ottoman
Ooh.
mirror, and oh yes, thank you for reminding me to update the score. So it is now at this point 2-1 for Chef Sudiste, and it is let's see,
Oh
yeah,
man, why is it always the most exciting games that go out of sync?
I know, I was really wanted to see that. So it's 2-1 to Chef Sudiste. All right. So now let's get to game number 4 then of this round of 16, best of 7.
Oh man, we have another one of my favorite maps. We have New England, I think, on game number
Yes,
4.
let's go. Or
Oh wait.
no, that was map number 3. So this one is on the map Bengal. Let's get you guys over to the transition. Psych, there's no Bengal map. So we're just gonna get right to it. No TPs, and a very, very classic aggressive matchup here. Welcome back, everyone, to this round of 16 best of 7 between I Am Turk and Chef Sudiste. Chef Sudiste is currently up 2-1 in the series, and we are on the map Bengal. In the northwest, we have Chef Sudiste spawning in the color red as the Russians. In the northeast, we have I Am Turk spawning as the Indians in the color blue. Come get some. What are your thoughts on this matchup and this map?
Oh man, on the map, I think we have a lot of India maps. So yeah, I feel like I've been fairly represented in this tournament. So we had Punjab, now we had Bengal. But yeah, I think the way we choose the map pool is we want to keep it interesting. So we always throw a non-TP map in the middle of the map pool. So we had Painted Desert in some of the round of 32 matches. Now we have Bengal. I think Russia is a very popular SIF pick here on the non-TP map. You really want to get to the center of the map with the Russian blockhouse, and Russia does very well here. But I love the pick from Turk as well. India versus Russia, a very classic matchup. I expect a defensive Agra from Turk, and Chef Sudi is trying to be the aggressor, while India will try to sort of hold the aggression and try to win with the superior units. While the Russian mass will try to overwhelm India. So yeah.
Yeah,
And another point to note is Bengal again water buffaloes, which is very very good for India. If you get like 6 or 7 of them, that's equivalent to one trading post, I believe.
yeah, it is, and that's a great point. And it's really nice for Russia as well to get that injection of food, particularly in Age 1, where you're trying to get 2 batches of Musketeers and Vils in queue, which is very difficult. We do see a starting market for Chef Sudiste here, and Hunting Dogs has been researched, so that's really nice. He got a nice wood treasure, and he's gotten some coin from the looks of it as well. Now
Mhm.
microing down this 100 food, which is going to be
Oh
excellent
yeah,
for
this
him.
will be excellent in Age 1. Yeah.
No idle time for Russia with hunting dogs would be an amazing start. Distributivism is coming in. So we have a very standard deck. We do see Fencing School. And we do see 17 Nutka. Wow.
What?
You do know what?
What?
Does he know Manchu are a card?
We don't have Boyers in Age 2, and we have Nutka
Oh
Clubman
my
in Age 3.
god. no
Oh man.
Boyars with 5 Cav Archers in deck just feels atrocious.
Ooh, but he still okay. So Turk was paying attention. The heroes were, just healing each other in symphony, and I just thought Turk might swoop in for the food treasure. But we do see the defensive Agra fort for Turk. I
Scott,
think the gameplay for Chef would be. I like the fact that he has gone a little bit economic. If when he scouts the Agra fort in base, he knows a rush won't work. So I think his win condition is to plop a forward base as Russia and then wait for India to sort of starve out on the map.
yeah, I agree, but as we can see, there's no forward villagers going forward for Chef Sudiste. The Explorer is not on the other side of the map in
Wait, why is he
transition.
getting hunting dogs right now?
Wait,
What was the H1 market
wait, wait,
for?
wait, 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 wait. He didn't get hunting dogs. Oh, I misread that. What? Yeah, that is so bizarre. And he had the coin and wood to do it. Why didn't? Oh, that is just poor play. And he even had a great age up with the 100 food. Like he aged up at 250. So I don't know how that happened, to be honest. But now putting down the blockhouse a bit late. Um, Turk sees this, but
I think Turk wants to go for the wood treasure first.
yeah.
Yeah.
And let's not forget 2 elephants with. Oh, he's considering stealing it, which is. I mean, no, get the blockhouse up.
Oh man.
Please
Oh
get the
man.
blockhouse up. Oh, he's gonna get it. Oh no, the elephant
Oh
doesn't
no
get
no
it.
no yeah.
And
I
that's
mean, he was being so
oh.
cheeky. He was even trying to, shoot the lion
Oh,
to get the EXP. But
that is so funny. And yeah.
yeah.
All right,
So
so we
instant sepoys
see.
in queue. Oh,
Oh,
even going 5 sepoys.
wow.
That's pretty aggressive from Turk.
I don't know if I
Ooh,
like this. I really don't like the 12 Sepoy build at anything above 1600 elo. I mean, I think 700 wood in this position
mm,
would be a really good idea. You have a lot of XP with cows, so maybe he's considering that.
mhm.
5 Cossacks do come out though, and let's see what Chef Sudis is training. He's training Strellet, so he's going Strellet Cossack.
I
Needs to
think
get
that's the right
villagers in
call. I
queue.
think that's the right call. I think going 5 ruskets and 5. Ooh, will Turk lose a villager here? Ooh, that's brutal.
Nice micro here with the
Already these
defensive
5 Cossacks
formation. Yep,
paying
really
off.
nice
Yeah.
value. Getting a villager, very nicely done. Now the villager that was herding in is also not in position. Strelets are coming out. 700 wood being shipped for Russia. Really nice job here. He does have a lot of wood floating. I would like to see him maybe sell some of that wood or food for steel traps, honestly, right away. I think the faster you get that in is just better, but a lot of players just wait until 700 wood comes in. Cossacks getting some more idle time now. Sepoys are in position, and these Strelets are just going to effectively completely counter. Now we do see the 4 sower shipment going, so he's really,
Oh,
really
so
trying to
Turk is
push.
going for a timing here, yeah.
Yeah, and this has to work though, because if this doesn't, his eco is going to be atrocious.
But I think this play just might work out for Turk because Chef doesn't have any muskets. His Strelets are caught out of position. His Cossacks cannot
Oh,
defend them, and he won't be able to get a second blockhouse in time. And
yeah.
it might be very tough to hold this push without the second blockhouse.
Oh, and the stomp by the 2 explorers stuns half of the
Oh
Strellet
man.
mass, and he's going to clean up these Strelets for free and pick up the
10 Strelets
explorer.
dying for like half a sepoy.
That is
That's
incredible
crazy.
value. So he did get some nice value out of that. There are only 4 Cossacks. One did go down to TC and Agrafort Fire, but he's going to need 700 wood now to come in. Picking up a nice coin treasure here. What is Chef Sudis going to do here? Training Ruskets. And the second blockhouse is going pretty far back towards his TC. Neither here nor there. It is only covering 3 nil guys, so he's not really going to get much out of it. Maybe here,
Mm.
or even honestly just defending. And now the second blockhouse is getting pushed. There's so many Sepoys here from Turk. 17 Sepoys. And he's getting his market tax. 700 wood now coming in. So these Water Buffalo and the XP he's getting from combat has really just propelled his XP curve. Ruskets are coming up, but the blockhouse is going to go down. 13 Strelets now being shipped. Second
Yeah.
blockhouse being built in this back position. And Turk is just pushing.
Yeah, I think this was great for Turk. I think he has this built in mind from the start. Russia, they have a very early tempo with the first shipment and the first batch from the blockhouse. But after that, they kind of slow down a little bit. They try to add the second blockhouse to secure the forward map because they have to train the batches and villagers. It's very hard to do that all together. So I think Turk had a
Exactly.
nice timing, hit him perfectly when the 700 wood arrived. And yeah, now he's got the map. He can now, with the 600 wood, add a consulate, get the market tax, be a bit more safe, get the Hansen.
And he's now on 26 villagers versus Chef Sudiste at 23. He did pick up one villager. He's going to get another here. Oh, it somehow
Oh,
teleported
yeah.
there. That was some insane pathing. Wow.
Yeah.
And it survives on 6 HP. He really needs to get village medicine at the market. That would be great here. And he's going to pick
But
up
yeah,
all of these
all
Cossacks.
the yeah. This seems so tough for
Oh,
Steph. He has lost like 5 Cossacks and 10 Stellars and a blockhouse for essentially no damage on India.
yeah. And let's not forget here, sowers have 7.5 movement speed, 7.25 movement speed, I believe. So they can catch up to Cossacks and snare really nicely. Yeah, they have 7.5 movement speed. So they're really good for snaring. But other than that, they're sowers. Anyways, we do see a push here with 33 Strelets and 15 Ruskets coming around the side here, getting line of sight. Let's look at the natives real quick. We do have some Tiger Claws, and honestly, Tiger Claws are not bad. India does have a shipment of Tiger Claws, but I don't think Turk has that. But I don't think either of these players are going to go for the natives. Although there is a nice tech here for only 200 resources, 40% resources on berry bushes. And there are quite a bit of berries in base, and around the map. It could be useful down the late game. That's a lot of Strelets, though, and they're pushing in. They're walking forward. Not a lot of
I
cav
don't
here.
like this push from Chef Sudis. He has few two Ruskets to make it
Yeah,
happen, especially under the Agra fort. And he could pop out 3 Delhis. He knows the 4 Hours are alive. Both the Indian monks with 400 HP are alive. This is just way too risky.
I totally agree. And we do see the delis coming, and they're coming with more sowers, and the Indian explorers are waddling on in. Oh, waddle, waddle. Then he waddled away. Sorry, I just had to do that. My little sister loves that song. But yeah.
Uh,
Anyways, sowers being trained now. We do see 4 settlers being sent from the Ottoman consulate. He does have 400 exports, so he's going to be able to get out another batch of Rumeliats, most likely, or Azaps if he wants to. Gurkha's slightly outranging, and the Strelets just kind of, doing their thing.
oh man, this micro by Turk. I think he has killed like another 10 or 15
Oh,
Strelets without
yeah.
taking any damage.
Like,
That's just.
exceptional micro. Oh, the splits here, and also the 3 area from the Agrifort is doing a lot of value.
For sure, for sure. And
Oh,
when the Delhi come in, that'll be go time for Turk, I think.
yeah, the Rumeliats are
Because
here.
I think Chef is overcommitting a bit here. But I think he even sends spy state, so I don't think his economy is that bad. Maybe he can just pull back, try to force starve India out. Maybe that's the trick.
Yeah, instead of like going for these useless engagements where you're just gonna get sniped down on no natural resources, just park right here, here, maybe send some units over here, and there's a lot of vills over there. Force a fight outside of the Agrifort, and then you can take a really nice advantage there. A lot of sepoys still, more sowers being created, and these are just gonna. Oh, they're walking in. The Ruskets are so far out of position. Sowers snaring, getting a couple of swings in. And Gurkha's just dealing a nice amount of DPS. And he's going in before Porochik's ascents. Really poor idea. Or New Order Regiments, excuse me. And now New Order Regiments is in. He's got a lot of Strelets here. I really would like to see a blockhouse here just to solidify the positioning on the map. Losing a villager here. He's on 34 vills. India, 41, training more Gurkhas, more sowers. And
41 villages and trickles and map control and superior units.
Camel
And
attack coming
Chef,
in.
I
Oh
just saw
boy.
steel traps coming in right now from Chef.
It's so
That's
poor.
just that's just hard to see. And he doesn't have any stable. So I mean, how does he deal with all these Gurkhas, man?
Yeah, I mean, Some raids over here with the Remeliats as well. Azap's coming in. 14 Sowers, 21 Gurkhas, 16 Sepoys. He's clean on the map, getting a lot of XP here. 2 wood trickles in, as you mentioned. And yeah, I mean, he does have a huge mass, but it's not going to be enough. I mean, it will be a good battle, I think, but it's just... I mean, look at the score difference.
Yeah. This is just exactly where Turks wants to be. He has a superior 3-unit composition. Now he will switch to the Brit Consulate. He's getting the CAF cards. He's raiding with the Delhis.
I really
I
think
mean,
Desert Terror would
yeah.
seal the game here with more Sowers. Getting a nice villager pickup here. And let's not forget, these things are menaces when raiding because they're high rate of fire. But the Sepoys are just walking in and getting absolutely clapped.
Ooh, yeah.
Really poor micro and unit handling there. But Sowers are going in and gets a couple of shots off against the Sowers. Needs these Ruskets to be up on the front here. Nice fighting under the double blockhouses. And all of the Sowers are going in now.
Look at those +6s with the Strelets though, but yeah, he can't overcommit another 2 blockhouses.
Yeah.
That's one way to, throw the game.
And
But
this is
yeah,
another way to throw the game.
Ooh,
It's just
but where
walking
are the
out.
Ruskets? Where are the Ruskets?
Oh, why are you walking
So
out?
us two-shotting the Strelets, man.
Oh!
Two-shotting the Strelets. +6 flying around everywhere. Dead bodies of Strelets laid across the Bengal map. Okay, now retreating, but yeah.
Desert Terror coming in, and that is going to just seal
and the
the
storms
deal.
from the heroes. Nice Gurkha splits, killing Ruskets. And now the Cav are left to deal with the Strelets. The blockhouse providing excellent cover fire though. But yeah, this is where, even having 10 Cossacks would just change the tide of the battle.
Absolutely,
But
Cossacks would obliterate Sowers, and Sepoys are not good against. But then again, India could just go into Zambaraks, the Rajputs, you name it, and we do see a remass here. Azaps and Sepoys are going to get a lot of siege value here. Sepoys kind of just dancing, or excuse me, Sowers dancing, soaking up a lot of damage, and all these resources are being denied here. Gonna have to back up with his villagers. 48 villagers for I Am Turk. Chefsudist on 38, shipping 4 Cossacks now. He desperately needs a stable, and he could make one. He's fine. He has a lot of Strelets. Like, he doesn't need any more. He's got a critical mass. Although Turk has as many Strelets or Gurkhas as Strelets practically, and the Sowers are just pathing quite poorly through the trees, getting one-shotted here.
yeah. And this is the point where, Russia is out of safe hands now.
There's literally
And,
no food left. And Turk knows this because he's running out of food as well. So he knows that if he just pushes in at this moment, and now we have Dravidian martial arts coming in, Zambaraks being trained, he does see some Cossacks, and his game sense is just immaculate. Like, he's like, what is the one thing that could beat me right now? Cossacks. What do I need? Zambaraks. And, I mean, it doesn't even matter, though. Like, these Cossacks just get one-tapped by the Gurkhas. Sowers now absolutely just going on to all the units. The split micro is chef's kiss, if you will, and he's just eviscerating. Look at the Strelets.
Now he just kissing Chef goodnight now at this point.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Game.
Oh, but he doesn't want to be kissed goodnight, and these Sowars with the extra 1 multiplier, and just GG. Well played. All.
Very well played by Turk.
You know,
I think one point though, can we just quickly check the Sovar stats and the Strelets stats? Because I thought, Sovars with Desert Terror should one-shot Strelets, but it could just be the, combat card on them changing the dynamic. So that's pretty interesting to see.
So they do 65 damage in 1 shot. So almost one-shotting a Strelet.
Okay.
I mean, you can just attack move with different groups of Gurkhas, and then they'll just clean up all the low HP Strelets, and then the Sowars are just... I mean, look at the +6s in this frame, 240 HP, Ruskets just can't do anything. Just poor, sad Rusket noises. Sad Sower noises. That's a snapshot right there. I'm taking a screenshot there. Print screen.
And excellent micro by Turk, keeping all his Gurkha mass alive. I think he didn't lose more than like 5 or 7 Gurkhas whole game.
Oh
And when the
no.
Mars builds, it's just really hard to stop as Russia because you have the disadvantage at range in the light infantry fight. And without Cossacks, you can't just, you can't just go in and plop those credits in, which Russia so loves to do. But yeah, Turk coming back in this game, and it's 2-2. What a series, Mampa. What a series.
Yeah, it's turning out to be a really good one so far. So, no, that was I Am Turk defeat for game 4, and that was Sweden versus Dutch. So wait, no, that was game 2. Game 4 was the victory for Turk. Excuse me, I'm getting a little confused here, Noobcaster. So yeah, what did you, like? I really think that the beginning of that game was. I don't think Sudiste expected that timing. I think he just expected Turk to just be passive and boom, but he just was like, you know what, fuck it, we wall, and sent a lot of units in, and had a really nice timing to take down the blockhouse and take map control back.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to game number 5 here. I'm trying to
Before
find.
that, Mohanka, could you
Yeah.
just quickly try to, reshare your screen in Discord? I think it froze again in the middle of the game.
Okay. Yes. All right. I'm pulling up the next game here. Hope you guys are enjoying this series. Welcome everyone on this lovely Friday. Game number 5 is coming up now. Welcome back, everybody, to game number 5 of this round of 16 best of 7 for the ESOC Spring Tournament between I Am Turk and Chef Sudiste. For some reason, I can't move my mouse. What is going on? Okay, there we go. It's a bit laggy there at the start. But in the north of the map, we have I Am Turk spawning in the color blue as the Japanese. And on the south side of the map, we have Chef Sudiste in the color red as the Spanish. Come get some.
Oh, wow. Very
What do you
interesting.
think about this matchup here?
Yeah. I personally think this used to be a very Spain favored matchup. It's very hard for Japan to deal with that, uh, fast robot style FFs with the Pikeman, Rodolero, 8 bows, and the early Falconet push. But I think now what has happened is the Japan meta has changed. Now people go for the Torii gates and do the aggressive opening. So it's kind of like Spain is on the back foot in if they decide to go for an FF. And I think the one time we have seen this matchup, Japan versus Spain, was in another series on New England where Japan won. I'm just forgetting which player that was. I think it was Dennis versus Grogu. Not very sure, but yeah, we saw Japan win with that Torii Gate start. So yeah, it'll be pretty fun to see what they decide to do.
We do see the 300 food coming in, so I Am Turk. We discussed whether his game knowledge was up to par here, and he's adopting to the meta. And look at this. Oh, almost stole a treasure. But yeah, we do see a trading post start with 1 shrine. 300 food is on its way, and he's going to 10-10 here.
Oh wow.
Food
I think
crates
we are
hit the
going to
ground.
see a 5-5 Ashif followed by a Damio shipment. He'll just try to, siege the forward outposts of Spain, siege the trading post, and just kill all the momentum that Spain has.
Yeah, that could be a really powerful play. Or he could also send 5 shrines. I mean, I think in this matchup, Japan kind of wants to play this like Brit almost, where they just boom and mass a ton of Ashis, and then using their 2 explorers and TC fire. We do see 100 food here for
Ooh,
Spain.
chef, no chef, call Pita, man. You can't lose the war dog like that. That's just animal abuse right there.
Yeah, that's pretty
That was a
poor.
loyal war dog companion to your hero.
Yeah, pretty poor age 1 micro there, to be honest. He could have kept that dog alive and still picked that up. We do see I Am Turk, though, getting a 90 food treasure, and he's already aging up, and he's aging up with the Torii Gates, so he's going to get that early samurai, and he's going to get 90 food on top of this, putting shrines on coin right now. Does have a shipment in queue, so what is he going to send first in age 2? Be curious to see.
Interesting.
Maybe he's
I
going to
think
just
he's
go for
not
Ashis.
macroing for wood, so it does seem to me it will be 5 Shrine Wagon into Ashigaru possibly.
Yes.
Because otherwise he needs some pop, he needs some wood to build shrines if he was going for 5 Ashi. But I'm very interested to see how Chef approaches this matchup. He is going greedy right now. His deck was for a fast fortress, but I don't think a 2 TP fast fortress is what you want to do versus Torii Gates Japan. I hope
Absolutely
for his
not.
sake he puts the tower somewhere defensively. Otherwise, it's just going to get siege for free.
And Japan is almost aged up, and the second trading post is going down. Now, I mean, this samurai can get a ton of value if he's able to kill this explorer potentially, and then, start sieging down the tower or the trading post. He is going for the 5 Shrine Dragons right away, picking up this extra 100 coin crates on the ground. He's on 13 villagers here, and they're all on food. Barracks
And look
going
at the
down.
samurai.
Samurai's
That
walking
as
right.
soon as he spawned, the waypoint was put just at his, opponent's TC, and the hero is on the, is just waiting for the outpost wagon to pop.
Excellent job here using his explorer, and he's gonna. Oh, he sees. Okay, so he does see that
That's
the.
that's pretty smart from Chef. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I think so too, because once you see the really fast age up and the explorer hunting around your base, you know for sure that he's going to try and take down this this tower. But now this gives free reign for the samurai to just go and take down this TP. 5 Shrine Wagons coming in. We do see 700 coin followed up by 700 wood for Chef Sudiste. I am Turk going for 5 Shrine Wagons again here and training Ashis. And he's got a decent amount of coin, and he gets a full batch of Ashis. Really nice job here. So, yeah. Forcing this tower
Yeah.
back, which is an absolute win. And getting Eco behind this, too. So, nice play.
Yeah, I think Turk adapted perfectly into this build. If I saw forward outpost wagon, then I might have perhaps sent 5 Ashi to follow up. And you need like 10 Ashi and a samurai to siege the tower effectively. But yeah, he knows the tower is defensively placed. 5 Ashi would be just a waste of shipment. And he follows up with the Shrine Wagon to boom. Now, what I'm curious about is Mohangpa, whether he will play it in H2 like Blitz does, as you mentioned, the classic, Ashi Naginata combo, or will he decide to follow up into H3 uh, and go for the Ashi Flaming Arrow composition?
Well, he is shipping 600 coin. I'm assuming this is just going to be for Ashy production here. And we do see the Ashies catching out the Explorer out of position from any potential revival. Not near the tower, not near any of the trading posts or anything. Trading posts are going to get taken down here, but he has gotten some decent passes off of it, albeit not too much value. Aging up with the Scout here, I feel like against Japan, you kind of want... I mean, because the Husks aren't going to be able to do anything to these...
Yeah, I agree. I think you should aid up with the 8 bows here. But I think Japan Turk is going for a semi FF himself. And remember, the Torii Gates passive bonus, everything he kills, the trading post, etc., just accelerates his shipment curve. You get extra experience for every kill or for every unit you make. So yeah, pretty solid build from Turk.
Yeah, and not only that, it gives extra XP for building buildings. So these
Yeah.
shrines with the 5 shrine wagons, they kind of pay for themselves sending it back to back. Like you get huge tempo from it XP wise to then send, whatever you want. And he is going for the semi here. He's aging up with, and let's see what he ages up with and how many villagers he decides to put on the Wonder. He's going up with the Shogunate, so he's going to get the Daimyo in age 3. He's
So I
putting
think it's
6
going to the
vills.
classic Ashigaru Flaming Arrow. I think I bet you, Mohampa, we'll see the 2 Flaming Arrow shipment back to back.
Yes. And he also gets 300 XP with this age up. That's another thing people forget. Second trading post. Okay, I mean, yeah, these Ashis are just going to destroy the Musketeers. And it goes down. Nice.
Ooh,
Just
the
getting
405
decent
will help
value.
him clean up here, though.
Yeah, the Explorers will just be able to poof back to base. And you know what? Those 5 Ashis got a lot of value. They've killed 3 Musketeers, almost 4, takes down 2 trading posts. And yeah, so nice job. It's going to age up.
Can we see Chef's POV, though? What is he going greedy with Spanish gold? Is he going aggressive with 2 minute? 1k wood. Oh man.
And
He
no
is a
Spanish
1k wood
gold.
enjoyer. And look
Yeah.
at his hero. I expect another 2 TCs going or something like that.
Oh, well, no. You can take the port out of the player, or you can take the player out of the ban, but you can't take the port out of the player. Like, it's just.
Yep.
We do see a
I think
church.
Turk is very well positioned here. I think he has the exact counter build for what Chef is doing. Now, how does Chef stop the two flaming arrows back to back? They
Well,
will kill the two falconets. I mean, he could go for lancers, but a good pop of veteran Ashigarus will cover that. So,
yeah.
and Japan is ahead in economy as well. So, it's looking like a very tough position for Chef to be in right now.
He needs veteran musketeers, but Turk is actually going for 8 Ashies, shipping those, and then going for disciplined Ashies. We do see more musketeers coming in. Oh,
And
did you see
look at
that?
that, intercepting the 5 musketeers for free.
Wait, did you see that? When it was, and he plops the Ashies right on top. What a play!
Man.
But that was so funny. The like Daimyo was just sliding on the horse down the hill. That was hilarious. And he just drive-by dropped off Ashies. That is my favorite thing to watch. It's just like, here you go, plop, and bam! Now Flaming Arrow is being shipped, and he's got the buff on the Ashies now. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
those Ashigarus compared to the Spanish musketeers, they are just so
27
good, man.
attack, 4 movement speed, 180 HP versus 205 HP, 4.5 movement speed, and 28 attack. And he hasn't sent any of the cards yet, so these can just get even, more deadly. We do see the drop-off drive-by, but decides to park them in the back.
Drop-off drive-by. Petition to change the name from Damio to drop-off drive-by.
Yeah.
Ooh, but a Lancer switch and not enough Ashigaru right now. Will he go in? Okay, no.
Nice volley, and is he gonna get the nice volley?
Ooh. Oh man, those plus 16 times 3.
And now sending 8 more Ashies, training more Ashies, and he's on 27 villagers, 29 for Spain with 2 TP stagecoach. So that's what the 1k wood went toward. Let's see if he has any of the market techs.
I don't love the stagecoach here. Even Turks for the 3rd trading post, and he can't defend the middle trading post without the falconets.
I agree. It's not only is it greedy, I feel like it's just not a wise investment. Like, this is just going to go down instantly, and, I feel like this could have gone towards an artillery foundry, train 2 culverins, ship 2 falconets, and then you can deal with the 4 or these lancers. Lancers going in onto the Ashies, though.
Ashies put in melee, good micro. Flaming Arrows getting even more volleys on the infantry.
Excellent protection there.
Just melted.
Yeah, I mean, the Flaming Arrows did their job. Still, the Daimyo survives. He's going to be able to snare here, and he's, going for the snare. Let's see, is he shipping anything? More Flaming Arrows being shipped, and they're just going to plop right out of the Daimyo. Yeah. And more Ashies being
Ashigarus have more movement speed than skirmishers and musketeers, so Turk can just go in here.
Yeah, he's just going to absolutely melt all of these units here. Nothing to protect the skirmishers. He needs counter-infantry rifling to honestly deal with how tanky these Ashies are at some point in the game, or, maybe some advanced arsenal movement speed, because Ashies, as we mentioned, are just so fast, and they pack a massive punch, doing 28 damage. Skirmishers doing 30%, 36 with 30% range resistance, but, these guys are just going to be able to catch up and do what they want. Now Turk going for the 2nd trading post himself, and he's going to benefit from this.
Consulate, though. I think he is floating 500 XP, and there it is.
Yep.
There it is. Don't need to remind the Japanese god Turk.
And Ashies being Ashies and just raiding here. 2 falconets are coming in. They will be very nice, but again, 28 range versus 26. And movement speed for the falconets is much slower. Like, look at this. They're just going to be able to kite. And, Rod's coming in. They need to snare, and the falconets need to get in there.
Oh, man, this 5 Naginata shipment will be clutch.
Oh, it's just going to eviscerate everything.
Again, Chef not making enough anti-cav.
And the drive-by! The Nagi's getting plopped off. Oh, but massive volley from the falconets, but it doesn't matter. The Nagis are just on top and killing all of the falconets here.
Yeah, and Naginata are lancers themselves. So, yeah, those counts will just get wrecked.
One Dragoon coming out. Oh, feels bad. Just 5 Nagis now. Going to be able to get 3 TP Stagecoach. This, again, is not close enough to the enemy TC, so he's going to be able to pick this up. Making Ashies. What is Sudis doing here? Shipping rods, making rods. Rod Skirm is the answer, but he doesn't have veterancy. Loses his investment on Stagecoach. Still has 2 Flaming Arrows up.
And how does he deal with those flaming arrows? I think this is just game over. He doesn't have an artillery foundry. He has he even is running out of map control. He has donated the stage 3 TP stage coach to his opponent. And Japan is just getting better and better now, and it's outscales Spain as well. All the units, all the economy.
Yeah. Rods are in, and the veterancy is not. And it's about to come in now. He's training Dragoons as well. I mean... yeah, it's just... the thing is now is that Japan is going to have to transition to Cherry Orchards shipments because... You see, okay, so yeah, these are just transitioning. Here they come. He is on many shrines, though. Well, not as many as he could be, to be quite honest. He's on 14, going with Nagis, wood for production on the shrines, picking up villagers here. And I tell you what, these flaming arrows are just going to be able to get nice volleys here. And Ashi Nagi's pretty scary.
Ooh, Chef going in though.
Is he gonna catch out the flaming arrows with the rods? He's just not paying attention. Go on, get them.
Man.
Finally manages to pick up 1 flaming arrow, but it feels like he could have picked up 2.
Yeah, the trade wasn't good enough for Chef, I think.
More Nagis being produced. He is getting picked off, but, I mean, the skirms are also not in a large mass. What is Turk doing? Or, excuse me, Sudis doing? Going for refrigeration? Oh, no.
Man. Doesn't he have Marvelous here in the spec? Why is he going for refrigeration?
On 13 vills on
But a nice
food.
cleanup, though, from Chef, we have to say. I think Turk was mismacroed quite a bit, so his reinforcing patches didn't come on time.
Yeah.
So at least Chef has managed to sort of clean up the big fight here.
Yeah, that's the thing. He was transitioning and didn't have any like reinforcing tempo to come in. And now Skirmgoon here for Sudis. Scores are quite close, but look at all this export now coming in. We see Konsha Yamabushi, we see Discipline Nagis, 5 more Nagis being shipped, 37 villagers for I Am Turk, while Sudis is on 38. I mean... Turk could go for 7 vills, he could go for Yumis here, he could go for close combat, he could go for Nagi hit points, intervention, I mean, way of the bow, you name it. And, you know, Yumi just destroys this composition. It's not even close, like, how good Yumis are compared to skirmishers.
Oh, yeah. I think at this point, Japan is just so far ahead in economy.
Holy shit! We have a massive Nagi switch here! Huge raid! 12 Nagis coming in!
Oh man, this is the, passive advantage that shrines give you. You have like a map hack because all the shrines are way out in the middle of the map.
Look at this
You
shit!
saw the hunting villagers, the army was out of position, sieging the trading post, and he got punished for it.
Excellent shrine placement from an experienced Japan player. You always shrine your opponent's hunts. 1, you'll see when the villagers are coming. 2, you'll know where the army and villagers have to go next, and it buys you time. Explorer taking a lot of shots there. He could be pole tricking this, but actually he doesn't need to. It's 4.5 movement speed, so it's fine. Vills are migrating heavily. I mean, how many Vills are over here? We have 16 villagers. Half of his economy is on this hunt right here. Shipping rods, making Dragoons. I mean, that's a lot of Konsha Yamabushi as well. Lancers could be a decent play.
And steel traps coming in now for Chef. Oh man.
No.
I think Chef makes the market but forgets the techs. Almost every game now.
with 1k wood, that just feels atrocious. And he hasn't been able to punish Turk's economy with that Age 3 tempo. He went 1k wood instead of 2 falconets and musketeers. He could have easily pushed into shrines, a lot of shrines and infrastructure, maybe even taken down the Tory gates. But he decided to just go greedy, and, you know, scores are reflecting that. Turk is on...
But you know what? I think Chef is doing much better than I expected 5 minutes before.
Yeah.
Because I think he has a better unit composition right now. Turk isn't going for flaming arrows or Yumis. He's just relying on a big Muscus drag box timing. And Chef sort of has the perfect counter to that. He has even secured the middle map. He has secured the second trading post. Chef is still far behind, and Turk is in the leading position, but it's still closer than I would have thought. But look at that Japanese army, man. That is a huge army. That is a scary mass.
And the positioning of the daimyo has been excellent. It is still alive, and that is so many Nagis. Konsho Yamabushi,
Ouch.
don't forget they have range resistance with 5 movement speed, and they do so much damage to cavalry in melee. Dogs being trained now. Nagi's snaring, getting a nice split. Dogs are tanking a little bit, but there's just not enough Dragoons. Ashi's move forward, and they're just going to right-click all of these Dragoons. There's only 3 left, and I'm assuming this is going to be the GG, because how do you come back from this? And there we have it. The GG by Sudiste is called. There you have it. And that is the game. Well
what
played.
a game, man. What a game.
Most resources.
You know,
like...
Mohampa, I bet you if you go to the timeline, if you go to the shipment count, Japan would have more shipments than Spain, despite it being the serve bonus.
I really doubt that, but let's take a look. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So that's the power of the, you know, the Tory gates, stealing that trading post and the that 300 XP from the age up. Japan was neck to neck in shipments versus 2 trading posts Spain, man. That is just crazy. That is crazy.
That just feels wrong. That is crazy. 97 Ashigarus. Just wow. Crazy. That I mean, I can't believe, I'm honestly shocked at that shipment curve. That is disgusting. He did 2 Villo, I think. No, he did the 300 food. And a 1010. Or, yeah. No, he made a shrine, actually. So I think it was like 11 villagers, typically. But that is just nuts.
Yeah, solid build from Turk there, I think.
Yeah.
Very well played.
Yeah, it was. Alright, so results for Game 5. I am Turk with Japan coming in with the victory versus Chef Sudiste playing as Spain in a very heavily favored matchup, but falling just short of that mark. So yeah, let's...
And you know, it's been 5 games already. You cannot repeat civs. But I think Turk still has some very strong civs left. He has German left. He has even China left. I think Turk plays all the Asian civs really well. So meanwhile, I'm not very sure about, you know, Chef's civ pool and his experience with, you know, some of the other civs. So we might also see that playing out sort of in this, you know, best of 7.
Yes, indeed. And let's get right back to it. Welcome back. And as you mentioned, Come Get Some, we have right off the bat, I am Turk going as Germany against, Sweden. That is a horrendous matchup. And not only that, Germany starting with a market on Florida is fantastic. He's going to get hunting dogs so early. And there's plenty of treasures around the
Florida,
map.
Germany with a treasure and going for trading post.
Trading
This
post.
is the
Oh.
this is the S tier Germany, when, you know, it used to start with the trading post 200 would start or in the EP days. This is just glorious.
God.
This is a glorious civ pick from Turk.
And the counter is even more glorious. We do see 2 villagers being used to build the second torp, which is really not what you want to do, and he's probably going to get some idle time. Maybe not, actually, but you generally want to have... And you don't want to be eating, again, as we mentioned in the other Sweden game, the herd that is being eaten by the torp. It just... Yeah, you don't want to do that. He has the sheep he could be using. Yeah, he could be... Yeah, they're perfect. There you go. Is he getting any market techs? Doesn't look like it. Getting himself a nice 100 food, though. That's perfect. But as we mentioned, Germany with sheep, hunting dogs start, and hunting dogs isn't in yet. But he does have a house. He does have his settler wagons coming in. He's got sheep, and he's got an age 1 trading post. I mean, what more do you want? Hunting dogs now in. Only 3 would over. Very nice macro.
Yeah.
I just don't
And he
see
just
what you
needs
do
like
here.
one more food treasure to have like an idle-less 17 will age up. And a Turk is all set.
Yeah, I mean, I think he could go for a 16 village up, honestly, with 2 sheeps. Or 2 sheep.
Interesting. That could also play out very well.
Yeah,
Can we look at their decks? Do we have some water shenanigans? I don't expect that.
pretty standard from Cirque.
Yeah.
We do see 2 caravels and 1 frigate, otherwise as classic as you can go for. If we look over at Chef Sudiste, how is he going to approach this matchup? We do see him sending 3 villagers now. He does have 2 of the artillery cards in H2. 1 gives you 2 leather cannons for, I believe, 350.
But
Or no,
what is
150.
this
Yeah.
deck, man? You don't have any H3 cards except, H3 military cards except 2 Falconets.
Yeah, he's.
And you have sort of
Yeah.
like an FI deck. I don't understand, man. Germany, the Civ with the, you know, beast shipments. You really need some military cards to survive any of the push. Even in H2, I mean, if he gets Tower Rush, how does he defend that? You'd have no cards in H2 except the leather
You
cannons.
need
Oh
you
man,
certainly
this
need
is
something
too
like
greedy, man. This
9.
seems too
Yeah,
greedy
you
to
need
me.
9 Corollians in there. You need Huss or Haka pellet cards. I mean, it's just shocking how I mean, he's not going to get away with this, surely. Getting a nice 70 wood treasure, though. Turk has picked up 120 coin, and he's aging up now at 316, so he didn't get hunting dogs early because of that early trading post. But, I mean, he's going to be
Yeah, I think
cooking.
Turkey is aging like 10 seconds late, and
Yeah.
Sweden is aging a little bit faster. So maybe, Chef can do something with that. Maybe get away with some of the greedy Dominion shipments, etc. So yeah, he does have the slight momentum because Turk is going a bit slower now.
Yeah, I don't know about building this 3rd torp in transition. I really do think you need to save that, and as soon as you hit up, you need to be making a barracks. You've identified that Germany has an age 1 trading post. You need to be doing damage as quickly as possible. Get 2 vills up forward on this forward position right now. This barracks needs to be built as quickly as possible. You need to control this section of the map for the mines on the torps. Germany doesn't really need to build a 2nd trading post. He's not going to go too greedy. He sees the forward base now and has identified what is going to happen. He's 2/3 of the way aged up, and he's going to need to
Yeah.
respond appropriately to this. What is he going to do? Dominions are coming in now, and he needs Corollians to be. I mean, get a 2nd vill up here, man. Like, get this up.
But yeah, perfect scouting by Turk. He knows exactly what's going on, and let's see what he decides to do to counter that.
Really nice job using his outpost for the Dominions pop to get the
Yeah.
mines here. I would have liked to honestly maybe see him like put a torp here or there, because that also is just super frustrating against Germany. That's so coin heavy. He's going to be looking around this side of the map for torps, right? Like Japan and Sweden, you kind of want to it's very aggressive and very risky to do so, but if you can do that, especially on this coin mine, you'd be getting a lot of wood from trees, and it just has to be 1, right? Then you can see where Germany's going. You can raid, you can take coin away from them, and then you buy yourself time with it as well. We see 5 crossbows being trained. Corollians are out on the field, a batch of 5 out, and he's going to get up another 90
Ooh, I like
wood.
that. That treasure gatherings with the Carolians.
Very
Not
smart.
always, you should never be idle with your military. We always say never be idle with your villagers, but the same applies for military. And that's
Absolutely.
an excellent use for that. Now the question is, will Chef add a stable or will he add an artillery foundry and go for the infamous leather cannon push, which is I think Shake and a Lionheart classic.
Yeah, I do think he's going to go heavily on artillery. We also see the 7 Witzelbach allies, which could be an option. But I do think after we see Ironworks, we maybe will see 2 Leather Canyons or the Artillery Foundry card. And I think that would be really effective because always gonna, and this is the problem with this matchup, is that you have to go around the map. Your villagers can't be in base, and against Germany, like, that just feels bad. And he's effectively denying 2 more torps on this mine. He could be, you know, raiding even more. So picking up a villager, we're on 18 vills with 15 torps. So he's on a really nice torp count, not gonna lie. Versus 19 and 8 settler wagons, so he's on 27. With, let's see, does he have steel traps? He does have placer mines.
I like the Carolean Hussar combo though. I have seen, you know, especially if you play as like H2 Brits versus Germany, I kind of like to play it like this only: longbow pike Huss or a strong muscus timing when Germany is trying to go H3. So, you know, and Turk is doing exactly that. He has only made like some 10 crossbowmen, adding in some doppelswordners now. But if the timing push hits, it will hit hard, and maybe Chef can do some good damage there.
Yeah, interesting decision to make the DOPS, but he has identified that there are Hussars. And, you know, DOPS are just... Oh, Minutemen being called now with the crossbows. He really needs to save this crossbow mass.
That's pretty premature for Minutemen.
Yeah.
And, you know, you need to save that Minutemen pop, especially if you're going for a semi-FF like he's doing now.
Yeah.
So I like this, you know, forcing free wasted Minutemen pop from Turk. Is he getting raided though? Ooh, actually managing to catch those H2 Ulans.
Yeah,
is pretty
and
nice
the
for,
other thing about
Chef.
this Cav stable for Sweden is that since Germany doesn't have a stable, you know, 5 Ulans lose to 5 Huss, and when you've only got 2 coming out from shipments, this amount of Huss will really slow down the German tempo and not allow Turk to build a critical massive Ulans for H3.
I don't like chasing these with the
Yeah.
Caroleans. You really need to be, you know, pushing Turk
Exactly.
right now. Turk is just buying time. He has saved 2 Ulans as well.
Take all of this and go down here.
Yeah.
Honestly, you could just go in with 2 Huss and deal with these Ulans. You don't need to have everything here. And he's just, again, as you mentioned, bought himself so much time. He's going to be clicking up Age up now. And now the DOPS are coming to reinforce with the rest of the crossbows. And he's just saved these 2 Ulans. And he's gotten absolutely no value from these Caroleans whatsoever. He hasn't done anything, really, other than killing Ulans. The Huss mass is nice, but more DOPS in transition to protect against this is going to be huge.
Yeah. And remember, Caroleans aren't as good as, you know, normal musketeers. They are better in melee and they have multipliers versus cavalry in range.
Yeah.
So their base stats aren't as good. So, you know, DOPS and bows are even more effective. But we have the big H2 timing push that you were talking about. Perfect moment to attack when he's aging up. DOPS connecting with the Hussar though. This is hard to call. But I think Chef does have a good mass. Does Turk have a shipment upon hitting H3 though? He needs
He's
that 3 war
shipping war
wagon ASAP, which he's
wagons.
sending.
Yeah, and he...
Oh, the drop popping on Hussars could be big though. If he gets 3 drops on the
3
Hussar. Oh man,
drops!
and they connect.
The crossbows are still alive, but barely, and they're going down. And that was a nice micro by Chef there, killing a lot of the DOPS and using
What
the
is Chef's
Hussars.
follow-up though? Can we see his POV? Does he have a big batch of units coming in?
So we
behind
have
all this?
9 Hussars. We're getting heavy infantry hit points right now. So he only has 5 Caroleans. He needs to be massing Caroleans right now.
Yeah.
And he's getting a lot of idle time, and he's forcing 8 settler wagons. Oh, but here comes the pop of Ulans and the settler wagons all ejecting from the town center, blocking the pathing off, and he's using the war wagons to kite. And let's not forget these have 16 range, so he's going to be able to kite all of the stuff here. But that is a good amount of Hussars, and there's no infantry to really, like, there's nothing really to stop this idling. So it's a really nice timing push here. Sudiste, now shipping leather cannons. He doesn't have 700 coin in deck. I mean,
I'd honestly even like the, you know, native skirmishers card right now, just to have some DPS versus these war wagons. But he's deciding to go in. Chunky war wagons cannot kite, even using his hero to snare, idling the economy. Caroleans shooting from the back. This is exactly what Chef needs to do. He needs to trade off the German mass one by one. Does not want it to build up, and just deal with the shipments one by one.
this is a clinic of a timing push right now. And look at this, the in-base coin mine has disappeared, and all of these settler wagons are idle. They're going to have to walk away. 9 Ulans coming out now, and an H2 Caroleans suck in small numbers against heavy cav, particularly high punching compact Uhlans with war wagons to kite in the background and just deal ranged damage. So scores are even. 27 villagers here on full
Yep, on
torps.
200 top pop though.
Yeah.
And he's macroing to age. And I don't think, Turk can break this forward outpost. He
No.
does not have any siege. All of, the chef's eco will be safe. The tops will be gathering the villagers. He has the map control. So yeah, I think Chef has done enough damage that is reflecting in the score. Now it's upon Turk to take the initiative now.
He's looking around the edge of the map for torps, but he's not going to find anything. And honestly, I'd bring this villager in. I know that, because of just the raid potential. This is a big no-no. We discussed this earlier. But, yeah, I think he's in a really prime position.
Is Turk macroing for 13 Jaegers? You're banking a lot of coin right now. Can you have a
Looks
look
like
at
he
his deck?
is. Yeah, he's. I think it's going to be Jaegers. It could be Black Riders too, based on. I mean, I think it would be Jaegers, right? Like surely.
And what is Chef making in transition to H3? Oh, he's already H3 Falconets, Carolians, okay.
All right, so we do see veterancy on the Corellians coming in. To be honest, I think platoon fire might be a good idea because you're going against Germany right now, right? 2 Falks, kind of risky. Like, Black Riders could come in, War Wagons could snipe, Uhlans might get a surround. There's not a lot to protect the 2 Falconets. But then again, it is a good opportunity for him to, once this double racks pumps out 10 Jaegers or so, or excuse me, Corollians, he could push and deal a lot of damage because he disrupted Turk's economy. We do see the Black Riders coming in. Interesting. I think that's a good decision. They're going to be able to, one, give a mobile complement to these Uhlans. He can also stop any Haka pellet switches or any Hus that get added in, and he can even potentially deal damage to these 2 Falconets, right? So, fair enough. Adding in skirmishers now, but what are your thoughts here on what to proceed next? He doesn't even have Vet Ulan. Like, that's how much his economy's been disrupted in that transition. Villager getting caught out here, goes down, so Black Riders are in.
Ooh, that's a nice pop though. I think Black Riders is exactly what he needs. He expected the Carolian and the 2 Falconet push. And yeah, what do you need versus just that? It's exactly Black Riders. I personally like to even go for 8 War Wagon, but I think he lost the initial War Wagons. War Wagons outrange Carolian and can snipe the Falconets a little better. But yeah, I think Black Riders is a decent card as well.
Yeah, 2 Falconets getting some decent shots off on the skirmishers. Decent Corollian mass now, just producing Haka pellets and Corollians. Black Riders and War Wagons going in, they snipe a Falconet, that's great! And this is what we were talking about. Now these Corollians do have extra range, but yeah, I mean, like, absolutely. Just picks up the Falconets, and now he's just got skirmishers, Black Riders, and War Wagons. And these Haka pellets are not killing these Uhlans fast enough, and he takes down 3 torps there.
Yeah,
or 2 torps.
But I think,
and he's losing these Haka pellets.
Chef, losing Haka pellets to Uhlans always sucks to see. But I think at this time, Chef should just sell all his food and try to go for that 10 Jaeger card.
Yeah, Jaegers would be excellent here, and he's losing torps. Front base is getting pushed. Skirmishers. I mean, yeah, like, let's be real. You have a decent amount of Corollians to fight all the cavalry. They're all, they have all of their upgrades. We're even getting military drummers in.
Oh, so I think he's taking a page out of Turks, Japan. He's going for fast musketeers.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm just going to charge. I'm going to charge right and stop me if you can.
4.68 movement speed with 24 hand attacks. Did I just hear a dock going down? I did. So we see a dock now from Sudist. Interesting. I mean, he has... And here we go! The charge is coming in!
That's the charge coming in. I don't know, he could even put Haka pellets in melee to try to snare. But yeah, he doesn't need that. He is just going in with the military drummers. And this will be a cleanup for Sudist, I think.
That was a pretty poor charge. He could have timed that a little bit better, to be honest. And let's not forget that these Black Riders have 40% melee resistance, and War Wagons have 20% melee resistance. So,
but yeah, once he's dealt with the skirms, he can just put the Carolians back in range mode. But yeah, This is just an excellent trade for Chef, I think.
Getting socket bayonet now, so he's getting all of. Let's not forget that the Swedes, they get advanced arsenal when they build the arsenal, and very nice for them. Now another thing to note is ranged cavalry caracol for Sweden also upgrades the damage of Haka pellets. And nice micro there. Iron Turk has been microing like an absolute giga chad. Triple kill there, and Black Riders are in low numbers, but we do see, is this 8 Ulans? I think so, yep, 8 Ulans coming in, and he's just working slowly but surely on all these torps. Nice Ulan raid over here!
Raid.
32 villagers plus 8 settler wagons for... Oh, and we do see the
it-
Jaegers coming
it's
in!
It's the lack of, H3 unit shipments that's sort of hurting Sudist.
It is! I mean, he could be going into leather cannons right now. Although, against this composition, that just feels pretty poor. Like, and losing more villagers. And look at the snap block and platoon fire coming in. Just absolutely eviscerating low HP Ulans. Jaegers coming in.
No Ulans yet, but yeah, I think Turk is doing so well. He's raiding, he's sieging shrines, he has taken decent trades with the land army. And yeah, soon I think the tops will also run out of mines. And that Sweden economy will just dip right now.
And this is exactly why you don't put 4 torps on your starting mine. It looks like his timing is now, though. He's got his 10 Jaegers. He's got his Carolean mass. And the scores are dead even. Here we go. And it looks like, I'm trying to see how many skirms. Yeah, 18 skirms versus 10. Oh, but more reinforcing skirms and Jaegers coming in with the Black Riders and the Ulans. Ulans coming in to flank here, but their veterancy is now in. We do see counter-infantry rifling coming in for these skirmishers, so there's going to absolutely delete the Caroleans. Caroleans are getting melted, and the Jaegers are getting meleeed down. Haka pellets not killing these quickly enough, and okay, so now all of the Ulans are down, but the skirmisher mass here is still decent from Iron Turk with 19 skirmishers versus 8 Jaegers. There's only 6 Caroleans left, and, the Haka pellets are kind of taking some tanking damage, getting some nice area of effect as well, but, oh god, it just feels bad shipping like leather gun carriages with no... Oh god, I don't know, and his...
Oh man, just imagine if we had 5 Hussar and could do like a Hussar switch right now. But I think one saving grace for Chef Sudis is the water economy. He has a lot of wood because of the tops, and he is slowly starting to build up the water economy. Can you just quickly have a look at the ecos?
So we have 38 villagers on full torps, but most of the torps are empty. For Germany, I think we have not lost, let's see, we have 2 here, and then we have 6, so yeah, he's full settler wagon. So he's on 45 villagers, he has veteran Ulans in now, he's got a nice skirmisher mass, and decent anti-cavalry mass as well. I mean, these things absolutely
and even cost
shred.
Combat on it units now.
Yeah, he has Cav Combat in, so very, very effective. And he's in a prime position. And look at this. Does Turk see this? He does. He doesn't see the water. He has scouted the shoreline, but let's take a look over at Sudist's point of view. Yeah, so now we have infantry guns coming in. So these would be really good. He needs more Caroleans, though, and... Like, this is just... I don't know.
Yeah.
We do see Gunner Squadron and...
Those Caroleans are pretty jagged.
Yeah, they are jacked.
He definitely needs more of them. Ooh, good shots from those leather cannons, though.
Yeah, let's not forget these are H4 now, and Gunner Squadron is coming in. He can also get Trunnion to have them move faster. So these can just be, like, really, really effective. I mean, they do 150 damage to infantry with 3 area of effect.
Now, he could just spend his wood to make more infantry guns. I think they do cost food and wood.
Yeah.
So he does have a pretty cost-effective unit composition there.
Yeah, and then just, with your Dominion Torps, just make Caroleans, maybe mix in a few Jaegers. And it looks like we're going to have an engagement here. He needs more field guns, or excuse me, infantry guns. He doesn't have 4, but we do see... that's a lot of Ulans, like... Surely they could just crash onto this.
Yeah. But I think this is still in favor of Chef. Turk has war wagons, but with good micro, the Jaegers can deal with them. The platoon fire Caroleans are doing a good job. Infantry guns are getting spot shots on the skirmishers. This is a very even fight. Can go either way. Reinforcing batch of Caroleans, though.
The problem is that all of these were, like, so many of these Corollians were in melee, which is what you don't want. But now he's got, he should charge here if he can, honestly, and just clean up all the, he could clean up these villagers with a charge, or just charge the skirmishers and have the Jaegers just back up everything else, and that would be huge. Is that available for him? I mean, surely you just go in melee and just absolutely slaughter. Like, that's a great way for you to just get into this game, or, like, put yourself ahead. He's killing war wagons.
Yeah, but I don't like this. I don't like this. If he could just, could have traded a lot better. He didn't even micro the Jaegers on the war wagon. Could have just won the game right there with a little better micro. But Chef is still ahead. Did waste this reinforcing batch though. So Turk is still in the game. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 36 villagers, and he's only on.
We
he
had
lost
a raid,
3 settler wagons.
Can you just proceed?
Yeah, and then
oh, it's actually a raid by Chef on Turk's villagers.
Yeah, so he's losing villagers left, right, and center, but action is everywhere at this point. And these Corollians have such high movement speed, they can just pick and choose when they want to engage. As you mentioned, they are jacked. And,
that's true.
Yeah, but I don't know. Look at the Torps, like, they just have absolutely nothing left. And Germany eating the coin on this Torp. Like,
that's hilarious.
That's very savage, but honestly a really reasonable thing to do.
Ooh, but look at the 4 infantry guns coming in.
Tower does go down, but there's a good amount of Corollians, and the trees are going to mess up the pathing of the war wagons and the Uhlans. More Corollians popping out. He could... it's going to be close here. There's not that many skirmishers, and they are in stagger mode, which is the absolute correct thing to do, because again, these only have 2 area of effect compared to normal artillery. Minutemen getting called here. I think this is going to be the critical point.
Doing some good micro there, honestly.
Yeah, and using his movement speed, using his extra range, and just playing that very well. More Corollians being
get a big batch
trained.
of Corollians popping from the barracks, and you can just try to sort of surround those units.
Yeah. Sending 1k coin now, and these infantry guns are doing really well.
I think the water economy has sort of reached that big mass now.
He's on 14 votes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just absolutely crushing the economy right now. I think the scores are reflective of that. And Ulan's getting nice value, though, picking up 3-4 villagers there.
This is an insane game, man.
This is crazy!
Game of the series yet.
War wagons raiding and skirmishers picking up more villagers. I mean... Oh, look at these settler wagons just sneaking over to that side of the map. More towers going down towards skirmisher Ulan war wagon. 1k coin on these torps. He's eating the berries on his... Oh, oh god, it's getting really crazy now. Berries, blueberries are in.
I think Turk might even go for Jaegers now.
If Turk sends Jaegers, that power spike would be insane. But there's a lot of infantry guns right now, and he's going to have to fight around this trading post. And look how quickly these move, 3.5 movement speed.
Huh?
He needs to be kiting here, honestly, to kill the Uhlans with his... Yeah, okay, alright, fair enough.
Great shots.
Good
I think
volleys.
with the platoon fires, the Uhlans just melt. War wagon are trying their best to use their range and get the volleys on the infantry guns, but they are such expensive units.
Yeah, raid here going with the Haka pellet.
Raid going on there.
Yeah, and he's getting a lot of area damage. I mean, look at all those villagers that are taking damage from one unit. That's like, I mean, that's super annoying. And so he has to. He's sending back so many war wagons.
Just imagine if this 1k.
Oh, massive raid over here!
Oh yeah.
Picking up a ton of villagers, and like, why he backed up his entire army, and he just didn't move any of his villagers.
Oh man, oh man.
Huge
and
raid.
Now suddenly Chef is in a very commanding position right now.
Yeah, and he's got free water contestation, or free water. He does have gill nets in, and now he's getting long lines. The states are going down, his economy, and now he's sending 3 mines. You know, struggling in the beginning of Age 3, but he's dealt with all of Germany's Age 3 tempo.
Yeah.
He's got an incredible economy right now, incredibly jacked units. And, yeah, like, this is not looking good for Turk here.
Yeah, and now, the deck which was, sort of holding him back with all those economic upgrades and the military upgrades will now actually help him out in the late game. And I was saying if Turk only went for a frigate instead of 1K wood maybe would
Yeah.
have been better. But yeah, adding Culverin now, which is the right call. But I think Turk is just so far behind in economy right now.
Yeah, he really is, and gonna pick up some villagers over here. And oh, there's a culverin over here, and there's not much to cover this. He could actually just charge, and he's identified the culverin is there, and he's gonna walk away, gets a nice volley off. He probably knows this is dead. Oh, and it survives!
Wow, getting 1.5 infantry gun with just one Culverin. Again, very good micros throughout this series by Turk.
Yes, but the problem is these Corollians can just charge in here and do a ton of
Ooh, but the
damage.
Will's on the top left mine by Turk in the corner.
Oh god. Oh god. Does
If
he
Chef
see it?
looks at
Does
that,
he see it? No, he doesn't. Oh god. If he goes over there, that could be
yeah.
GG. That could be a GG moment. I mean, how many vills are over here?
I
Oh
love that Chef is
god.
adding Jaegers. I was about to say with the 1K coin, maybe adding Jaegers is better, especially versus those war wagons. Ooh, and we finally have some naval battle now.
And the thing is Chef Sudis does not have any anti-water deck, so this
Ooh,
could be a
don't want to
huge...
miss the land fight. Don't want to miss the land fight
Yeah.
though. Ooh, triple kill on the infantry
Wow.
gun with the war wagons and the culverins.
They all go
But I
down.
just
But again,
yeah,
the
but
movement speed combined with this army, he could just catch up, and he has so many freaking Jaegers. Counter infantry rifling is in, but we do see more Jaegers getting mixed in. Now, the thing with the water here, we do see a raid with some Ulans over on the side. The APM on this game is absolutely insane. But if the water switches here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 whales on the water. That could be huge for Germany.
yeah. I think one important point to note is that German is out of coin right now, and to make those culverins are so expensive to make.
Yeah.
While Chef can just keep cooking those infantry guns, keep
Yeah.
cooking those infantry guns.
And that's such a good point, is because since they cost food, wood, you can just spam these into the late game, and they're so effective. More torps going
And Turk
down
will
here.
get surrounded now. Turk might get
Oh,
surrounded
he's gonna
now.
get trapped here. If he charges in, this could be insane.
Yeah.
Jaegers in the background as well. 3 infantry guns. We do see the fishing boats going down now, and these Ulans have made it so that the settlers can't gather on that estate. He's getting trapped here. He needs to bring the frigate over.
Retreat into the frigate now.
He needs
the
this
frigate needs to come
frigate.
back. Yeah.
The frigate's coming
Pass is
over.
enabled.
It's
Okay.
gonna pick everything up or get a broadside off. He needs to get inside the frigate. He does. Taxi. And he's just gonna get away.
Oh man. Imagine if those infantry guns got a volley on that.
They're not that good against boats. They don't have any
Oh, okay.
multipliers, and they only do 50 damage, so this would survive. But oh man, he's gonna catch up! And all this stuff gets dropped off at the other side. Does he have a broadside attack? He needs one desperately. Blackberry's coming in now, so his torps are gonna get more food. Some villagers
Yeah,
caught in the
and
open.
He even sent those 3 mines on the top, so
Catching out some
Chef's Keeper is
skirmishers.
looking
Oh
good.
man, yeah, massive volley from the broadside attack. More war wagons. Oh, this game is insane. 7k score difference here. What is Turk doing? He's training more skirmishers. Fishing economy is going down. I'll tell you what, there's not many fish left, but there's a lot of whales. And yeah, let's.
Yeah, if Turk can secure the water, somehow get some good trades, hold on versus this push, he might get his economy back on water.
He needs to separate these the Jaegers from the Corollians so that these can catch up and move closer to buy. Because the other thing too is these Jaegers have 4.4 movement speed.
Yeah,
and
I think at this point,
oh man,
the Chef doesn't care. He's just diving right in.
yeah,
Which
oh yeah.
he has to do.
I mean, he's on 62 villagers. He's on the water. He's got superior units, and he's cleaning up all of the skirmishers. It's going towards the artillery foundry, adding double racks of Corollians, and there's no real shipments left. I mean, he needs Jaegers, really, but he needed that several minutes ago. But he needs to transition to estates. He needs to get more fishing boats out. He's just so far behind. There's no mines left, and yeah.
I think Turk is turking right now.
Yeah, he's
as they
turking
say,
very hard.
But it's a Tony game. I respect the grit. But what so well played by Chef now.
Yeah, I mean, we gave him a lot of flack for this deck. I mean, look at this. But it
Yep.
has paid off somehow. I'm shocked, honestly. And
Mm.
in a commanding 11k score lead, he's killing villagers. He's identified the back estates here with all of the eco, and GG has been called. What a
Wow.
game! That was an
What a game.
insane game, honestly.
Mm.
So back and
Beating
forth.
beating German on Florida with a TP start. Oh man. That was insanely well played by Chef
With
Series.
only 2 Falconets in H3. That is the most impressive victory I have seen.
250 Carolians made. Oof. Wow.
That was so impressive. And the entire time he was out popped, but he just, you know, just took really good engagements.
Yeah, I think that engagement at minute 19. Do you remember what that fight is? Because that's absolutely one-sided. Look at that trade.
Yeah,
I
look at
mean,
this.
Turk had double the units, but I don't know how Chef managed to pull that one out.
This is when the Jaegers came in and
Okay.
they just,
Mhm.
yeah, that was just so well played. Crazy
And
game.
afterwards, that top economy, that water economy, that remas with the infantry guns. Yeah, just very, very well played by Chef.
Yeah, and we see Chef in chat going, Sue! Very good Sue there.
So
And
indeed,
yeah,
so
Sue
indeed.
indeed. Alright, so P2. Victory with Sweden. I really no idea how he pulled that out. That was really well played. I know Shake somewhere is just erect as a rock right now after watching that. And if he's
Yep,
not,
justice for
then
Sweden.
yeah, justice for Sweden. Oh boy. All right, everyone. So that means it is 3-3 all. And you know what that means. Come get some.
Oh man. Oh man. Deciding game. Can we quickly update the score though?
Right on that. Game 7. Best of 7.
I'm calling it. I think Turk has to play China now.
Yeah?
What else? What else does he have?
I'll let you
The
know
map
what.
I think is Pampas Sierras.
Okay.
Uh,
Let me pull up that map video then.
Wild llamas roam the western Pampean Mountains, and players must choose whether to invest into the wealth of livestock or take their chances picking out the first treasures in the lowlands. This semi-arid region offers no trading routes, though Mapuche settlements populate the landscape. Players should watch out for potential alliances that can offer a variety of early aggressive options, as well as valuable late game technologies.
will play now. He has played Russia on a non-TP map. Does Chef play Brits
Well,
though?
the matchup,
Oh, it's
ladies and gentlemen,
Japan.
round of
Wow.
16, best of 7, ESOC Spring Championship Tournament. We have in Game 7, I Am Turk playing his very famous Dutch. On the other hand, in the color red on the south side of this Pampas Sierra region, we have Chef Sudiste queuing up as Japan. Here we
Yeah.
go. This map has a ton of llamas on the side, and this
Yeah.
can be really good for Japan having in-base shrines, but it's also exceptional for Dutch getting faster banks up, earlier banks up, has extra safe food that they can gather, and curious to see what both of these civs do. As we mentioned, there are no trading posts. We do have the Quecha and the I think it's the 2P settlements. So we'll see what these players do. What do you think is going to happen come get some, as we see a market for Japan being placed?
Yeah, I think this matchup has evolved a lot. Uh, I think back in the good old days, it used to be a full-on shrine boom versus a full-on bank boom, and players going, H3, where Dutch had the slight tempo advantage. But then, the the Yumi mass used to just win Dutch. Used to be a very even matchup. But I think now Japan players, after the nerf to the shrine booms and the change in meta, I'm not sure what he's going to do. He could do the classic H2 timing push, or he could go H3. He could go double 5 Shrine Wagons, and the opti build, I like to call it double five shrine wagon into the bank wagon to match that greed. I'm not sure. I think it's up to Turk to scout, and Chef will dictate how this matchup goes.
Yeah, I agree. Japan definitely is going to be the one that can dictate what their style of play is going to be. Torii Gates might not be a bad shout on this map, getting extra XP generation from creating, killing, and building units and buildings themselves. So we'll see how that goes. We do see a more standard Japan play on this map, however. We do see two villagers with Heavenly Kami in the deck. Other than that, very standard deck. Now, something to
Can we
note.
quickly check how many llamas each player has managed to get?
Yes, absolutely. So we see two in base for Chef Sudiste, while Turk has three, with two more being taken home. So that's a big
Ooh,
win in
so
Age
yeah,
1.
that's a big age one win.
Let's look at each player's line of sight. So yeah, there's yeah, he missed. And the thing is he was scouting. Chef was scouting with a cherry orchard and has two explorers, and he still didn't get. He came out short on that. So very
Mm,
interesting.
yeah.
I Am Turk, on the other hand, has scouted this entire side. He does know that there's another friend here to pick up. Unfortunately, he's not going
Yep.
to. So, yep, 15 village up. Slight amount of idle time. Curious how that happened, but only 2 coin over. But, yep, 240 age up, pretty solid. Let's look over at Japan. We have 15 villagers, and we're about to age. And it's going to be really important to see what he ages up with.
Yeah. Any Japan mains in the chat though? I'm not sure about the one shrine and market start with Japan, because the Japanese market just gives you 5% food. It's not like hunting dog, which is 10%. So I mean, in my opinion, two shrines is just the better way to go in age one as Japan.
Well, I think the one thing with this is that, not that we will potentially see it, but you have the ability to market trade if you're low on batches or something. You have the
Hmm.
ability to get your civil servants tax as well, wood chopping tax, and scale from there. Not only that, Japanese villagers gather berries slower than usual, and ashis are very expensive. So I do think that the more efficient your villagers are, I don't think it's a bad idea per se for Japan. I do see what you're saying though for the shrine, but if we look at this shrine, right, it's producing point. I guess it could be changed around too, so it's pick your poison kind of thing. I don't think you can go wrong either
Hmm.
way.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
yeah.
Can we see Turk's deck though? Do you have anything
Yeah,
interesting
yeah, we do
or a
actually have a
standard?
few interesting things as he's putting up his first bank at 4 minutes, and we do see the advanced artillery card, and I think that's really interesting
Oh,
against
yeah.
Japan. I know Turk is a big horse artillery enthusiast, so that could be the reasoning for it. Um, you don't really need a mortar against Japan. Like, they're not going to be putting up castles everywhere. They're not going to be spamming, like, well, actually, I take that back. They could just turtle going to Yumi. And something
Hmm.
to note that I wanted to bring up earlier while we have some downtime, as Turk is shipping 700 wood with his age up and has the quartermaster in, the
Hmm.
2B on this map, they actually can provide 15% extra damage to all archers. Um,
Oh, that's an
no, it's
excellent
yeah, it's
point.
20%, and
The late
so
game
yeah,
Yumi will hit hard.
Yumi, Yabusame, like that could be cancerous to deal with, quite honestly. The samurais come out there, so killing the envoy, we do see the forward barracks going down for Chef Sudiste here. So let's see what he's shipping. He's shipping the 5 shrine wagons, as to be expected. We do see the native scout that Sudiste has picked up is, out. He's identified that there's 2 banks. We do not see a barracks because, of course, with that samurai, he knows that infantry is going to be coming in.
Did Turk scout the mid barracks though? Oh,
Yes, he did because,
oh yeah. So
yeah, his
that's
envoy
where
was
the
getting
reaction
attacked.
is coming,
Yeah, he was
because I
getting.
think Turk is a very greedy player in general.
Oh, yes, he
So I
is.
mean, Turk will never not go 5 banks unless he scouts a rush or a military building.
Well, he is going 4 banks at this time.
Yep.
So yeah, the greed and honestly picking up these sheep is going to be nice because they do livestock have more. They're
Yeah.
better on
Gather rate on
shrines.
the
Yeah,
shrine. Yes.
yeah.
And what is Chef going for? And has he scouted the barracks from Turk? Because I don't think this Aship is going to work. So he has
Um,
gone for 5 shrine wagon into 4 villagers. Maybe
Yeah,
he'll add a stables. We'll have to see.
yeah, and 4 vills twice is, that's like shipping a bank twice, essentially. Very, very nice. But yeah, he's going 4 vills again. My goodness, and he's gonna pick up a villager here potentially. Oh, it gets inside the
Ooh,
TC, but you know what?
almost. Yeah.
He's identified that the Rax is up, skirmishers are there. Nice job
And the
snaring
melee
with the
by the hero.
Explorer.
Look at that, man. Look at
Just
that micro from
excellent
Turk.
micro, excellent micro.
Yeah.
He's going to pick up the Samurai, although he does walk into the Samurai, but Samurai goes down, and Explorer is still alive, and all these other Ashis, a nice pull trick there. Excellent micro to get the snare off, but then the counter snare potentially with his Explorer,
Oh,
so
yeah.
nice age 1 and
And
2 micro.
Ashigaru are fast moving, so he might get a decent trade here.
Yeah, but he is kiting very well, going into line column formation to get out a little bit faster. And, the Ashis are catching up, and they do pack a mean
Oh, nice
punch.
split fire. Nice split fire by Chef there.
Very nice, yes. Picking up some low HP skirmishers. More skirmishers coming
But
out,
now he
though.
has to go
Yeah,
back,
now
yeah.
he's marching back. We do see at the bottom, that's a nice treasure. Picking up the Quetch Spearman, who's doing 28 siege on the periphery to these shrines. And the Explorer teleported back but died! So, I don't know,
Oof.
I've never seen that happen before, that it actually dies on the teleport. So that's huge. Turk gets 45 XP, and he's not threatened of cavalry right now. There's no stable. There's not anything that will, stop him from just going in. And now we see 600 wood.
Yeah.
Turk going
I
with
think Turk
pikes,
is in a competing position here.
Oh
He has
boy.
the better economy. He has taken the better trades. Even sending 8 pikemen to maybe, for a potential calf switch.
And
As you
pole
mentioned
tricking.
in the other game, Turk's thinking in these high-level games, how can I lose? The only potential way to lose here is to a calf switch, and he is prepared for that. Even adding 5 pikemen from his barracks now.
Now, I don't know if you've ever seen I Am Turk bow pike or skirm pike micro before, but his pole tricking, where he pulls his skirmishers back with the extra movement speed of these pikes, and then using them to also like cover mode tank is exceptional, right? And
Oh man, I can imagine.
yeah, and I'm assuming we're going to see that full on display here. He has 13 skirms, 11 pikes. Several of these will die, so when the skirmishers have a fewer number, he's going to be able to own his explorers back up
But
with 100
pushing
HP.
while aging seems a bit risky to me, but I think he feels secure enough with the 13 pikemen. Finally, the
Yeah.
calf switch coming in from Japan. Will it be enough though?
Yeah, and honestly, I think
think-
he's not scared. Like, he's being very bold here, and if he can take down this forward base and then age and then back up, like, that's an exceptional timing. And again, he has the res if he needs to just make units, but he's aging, going to take down the shrine, and then back up, and then he's going to potentially have a shipment. Does he have the fast shipment? Yeah. Or excuse me, fast age up coming in. He needs 200 XP, so he's getting that XP now, and then he'll have 9 Reuters. These pikes will be able to go around the rest of the map siege, protect the skirmishers in transition while he builds up his Reuter mass, and he's identified where most of the shrines are, because you don't need to have line of sight on where the shrines are. You see the boxes, and you know. So he's going to be in a very good position. Scores are looking good. He's on 25 villagers, and he has 4 banks. He could easily buy for the 5th bank. No stable yet. We do see Halbs in production. Interesting decision here. What do you think about that?
Yeah, just before we come to that, I think very well played and very mindful army positioning by
Yes.
Turk there, not overcommitting. Always had it hero posted in the mid. Exactly knows what Japan's composition is and when Japan is going to push. I think the reason for the halberdiers is he doesn't have a stable yet, as you mentioned. He doesn't have a shipment for the 9 Reuters, so he just producing the halberdiers to be safe versus that Naginata push that is going to come in.
Yeah.
You don't need more than like a 15-20 skirmishers. Otherwise, you are just overkilling. What you need is the cover here.
Yeah, and he's got a good amount of cover. Look at this pike mass and halberdiers mixed in, and these choke points are going to be brutal to push into here for Japan. And this base building is exceptional Dutch play here. Minutemen being called, snaring
Reviving
now.
hero.
Yeah,
very
Ashi
well.
pushing before Ashi attack comes in feels kind of like a mistake. I mean, yes, he did age up. You do need to do something, but now you're just
And Turk is getting away with 1k wood.
yeah, the greed of this MF.
Absolutely dominating this game so far. I
Yeah.
mean, Turk hasn't made a single mistake. And yeah, he's in a commanding lead, reflected by the score, reflected by the fact that he's 1 age up. even getting away with the greediest card 1k would ask that. Will you be able to get artillery foundry stable, maybe the fifth bank? Just, solid position.
Yeah, and really nice position. Minutemen tanking, and then the Halb's nice drag box there, and he's dragging away. Now, this is the thing, is that he's not going to be able to drag forever, because Ashis are going to be able to catch up and, do a lot of damage. 9 Reuters coming in, batch of 5 Halberdiers being produced, kiting it with the
Ooh,
skirmishers.
this might be good for Japan, though.
Yeah,
I
this is a
think
really good
the
fight.
lack of Reuters and, with the Ashi attack, maybe Turk overcommitted slightly here.
Yes, he did, and he's getting punished for it. Muscuss beats Bo Pike, and he does have a nice amount of cover, and he honestly doesn't care if these pikes die, right? Like they're nice to have, but like they're not H3. He has his halbs in place. He's got Reuters, and now the skirms are here. Still has a decent mass of skirms, and honestly, he's microing this very well to get away with the amount that he had. Halbs
Yeah,
now
now
coming
in
into the
the
choke
tree
point of the
line with the
trees.
Reuter
Yeah.
coming in, I don't see Turk losing this at
Oh,
all.
nice! And he trapped him. He got the trap in. He baited with the skirmishers. Halberdiers now punching onto the and there we go. GG is called. Well played.
Wow.
Absolute fucking clinic by I Am Turk there, dominating that game beginning to end, and just coming in to win the series 4-3. GG, well played all, and yeah, what are your thoughts on that one?
a, a bit of an anticlimactic game 7. We
Yeah,
would have loved to see the earlier game as the seventh game, but what a great series, man! What a great series! I think people would have predicted or voted overwhelmingly in favor of Turk. And I told you at the start, I expect a closer series than what is expected. And
yeah,
Game 7 was an absolute masterclass by Turk. He knows Japan. Dutch is one of his top 3 civs, and he absolutely played that. As you said, it was a clinical performance by him. But yeah, I think my favorite game has to be that German versus Sweden
that
game,
was a
man.
great game.
What a game!
That
What a
was a
game!
great game. Wow, that that was a very good series. And for those of you curious, the Civ ban for I Am Turk, he was not allowed to play as France, and then Chef Sudiste obviously is not allowed to play as Portugal. All right, everyone. So that was fantastic, and well played to both players there. Yeah. Now
And wow, we have 210 viewers. That's the power of Mohangpa and his beautiful shirt, man.
man, that
and
was yeah.
and I just need a 2-minute break, Mohangpa. Do you want to talk
Yes,
about the upcoming series? Maybe set up the overlay,
yes, I will.
and I'll just be right back in a couple of minutes.
All right, yeah. So everyone, we have in the next series coming up is going to be between who is it? Rohbrot versus Conqueror. Now, this is going to be a really, really good series. Um, yeah. So I'm just updating the scores here and getting the setup right. Let's see, Conqueror. All right. How did you guys like that? Did you guys like that series? Expected? You guys see the victory that you expected, or no? Yeah. Great series and great chill casting. Appreciate it. Great viewers and great chill viewers. That's really what we need to be talking about, right? Like. All right. So let me message the players and see if they are ready to get going here. All right. So, I'm also going to request the Civ bans from both players. I'm in communication with them right now. So, let's just get to it. Big Boss Daddy. I lost $500 on France against the Netherlands. Bro, you should know not to get bet on France. France is fucking overrated. Didier Deschamps is the worst coach other than Gareth Southgate in the entire Euros right now. I mean, Mbappe and the entire French locker room have a serious attitude problem, and they can't, when something doesn't go their way, they don't play well. Spain's not gonna win, Bram. Are you serious? Have you seen Morata? The only reason they won against who was it? Italy was because they got an own goal. If American talks about soccer, moonshine. I'm not just any American. I'm Hong PA. All right, bruv. I think Germany's gonna win it all. Musiala is absolute god tier. Toni Kroos, 101 of 102 on passing against, Scotland. He man of the match. Gundogan also just god tier. Belgium is ass. England is ass. Gareth Southgate is a dunce. Shut up, Kevin. France is ass. You know France is ass. Mbappe is shit, bro. No, he's not shit, but no.
For a
Germany's gonna
second,
win.
when you were talking about these civilizations, I thought, what are we having a Mahongpa SIF tier list? And then I
Oh
look at the
no,
comments when
yeah.
I get the context. We are talking about soccer, ladies and gentlemen.
Deschamps is the best manager France on the last years. Okay, he's been good, but the thing is that like they have such an attitude problem with their players. Dembele is an injury missing merchant unless he's playing against Barcelona. Mbappe's injured, and GG's. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick. If you can further occupy our players with the Euros, that would be great. Be right back.
Yeah, sure. You have a well-deserved
Also,
break there.
I just want to let everyone know that 70% of Earth is covered by water. The other 30% is covered by Ngolo and Punta Cana Conte.
Hmm. So unfortunately, I can't contribute much to the football banter, guys. Uh, I think my only football knowledge is watching the series Ted Lasso, and I was as clueless about football as the coach himself. So yeah, I'm going to stick to the topic I know well. There's either finance, there is either fitness, or there is AOE. So I think AOE it will be, and we have got confirmation from Rohbrot and Conqueror. The series we are about to cast next, it should be up in the next 5 minutes. And yeah, we'll present you live Rohbrot versus Conqueror. Don't want to miss this series. What are people saying in the comments? Kante is like the Julian of football. Oh god, I love these AoE memes. I mean, now we are using Julian as the GOAT meme. This community just keeps on giving.
Alright, I'm back. Let me see if the players have responded. Alright.
Yeah,
said,
Rohbrot
"Give
is
me
saying
5
he'll be ready in a
minutes."
couple of minutes.
Yes.
So yeah, we should be good to go. But yeah, let me quickly have a look at the brackets.
Yes.
I think
update
Conqueror had
us.
a 4-0 versus Bulldog. Rohbrot is yet to play.
We're casting
but,
that one right now in a few minutes.
Yeah.
What happened with the Lionheart Kevin? I know that Lionheart has COVID. So what is that going to happen?
Yeah, I think Lionheart unfortunately has said that he have to forfeit. Maybe, just maybe, if he gets better in a day or two and there are no scheduling issues, maybe we can play that. But yeah, for now it's Lionheart bowing out. So we have less and less, Argentina Revolt enjoyers in the brackets right now. I think Hawk Girl was out. Lionheart might have to forfeit. Shake was out. So unfortunately, we might not get too many revolts in the round of 16. Oh man,
Interesting.
mixed feelings about that.
Nah, that's a good thing, honestly. I don't fuck with that shit. But yeah.
Yep. The community is divisive on that one. You got players like me and you who just think they are gimmicky mechanics, while some of the audience finds it's hella entertaining.
Yeah, it
Who doesn't want? I mean, the creativity on some of those unit choices, man. You got a fast mounting area of effect grenadier cav, which can siege, which can kill infantry, which can get upgraded by 3 arsenal upgrades. Uh, I mean, it's just crazy. It's like when the Crabats came out. The description of the Crabat was a unit that does good versus everything. And here you are trying to play a rock paper scissors micro game with a 3 unit composition, and you come out with Crabats and Grenadiers. So, uh, what goes inside of a DE dev is DE dev heads is just fascinating to me for an RTS.
Yeah, I played a team game yesterday, and this guy revolted to Chile, and I was Italy, and I revolted to Argentina, and then I was back on
Uh huh.
100 Vils in like 5 minutes. It was ridiculous. I had like 4 TCs and water, so I was just like booming.
Mohangpa, if you can just in the game screen or part of the overlay, if you can just check the score. Some people are pointing out that the scoreboard is not getting updated. It was, I think, still showing 2-0, 3-0 something.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's take care of that in this series.
Yes,
Thanks
absolutely.
for mentioning. Yeah.
Yes, I will update that. Alright, so, yeah. Oh,
Oh yeah,
free.
before we get into this, the winner of the series we just casted, I Am Turk and Chef Sudist, they will play the winner of King of Osmane versus the Only Bows.
Interesting. So that's going to be a good round of 8. So yeah, Turk versus, let's see, either Only Boss or King of Osman. So, yeah.
Yeah. And even the Baus versus Osmane, unfortunately, is conflicting with Rohbrot versus Conqueror right now. So we'll have to wait for Rex to cast it. But I just had a peek at the Discord and I can see game one, and I'm so gosh darn tempted, Mahongpa, to leave this screen share and just OBS that game.
What's the game? Do you know the matchup?
Yeah. So imagine the most classic vanilla matchup, in blind picks. It's a mirror. I'll give you a hint. It's a mirror.
Let me guess. Is it a Brit
The most
mirror?
exciting mirror you can think
Oh
of.
God, it's a Brit mirror, isn't it?
Sorry?
It's a Brit mirror, isn't it?
No, 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 no. It's a German mirror.
Oh, okay, all right. So just DOP Central. Wow, yeah, I love
Uh,
German mirrors where both players just go for DOPs and just Zweihanders are swinging around.
yeah. But yeah, we'll come to that. Maybe you can cast that tonight, or otherwise ESOC will bring it to you in a couple of days for sure.
Yeah, so the Civ picks are in for game 1, including the bands, I think. Oh, nope, they are picking those now. So, I'm watching this live, actually, that they're picking. It's kind of funny. Alright.
I
Okay.
mean, I'd ban Rohbrot Spain
Yeah, that
without
was...
thinking.
Yeah,
Without thinking.
that was banned, and then Rohbrot has banned Aztec. Interesting.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I think Conqueror is pretty good with the War Chief civs.
Yeah.
So yeah, Aztec is a fair ban.
Alright, so Conqueror, of course, I mean, I don't think anyone would, in their right mind, have Rohbrot playing... Oh, no, that's the wrong order. He banned
The
Az...
map pool remains the same, so we'll have Punjab again, just to
Yes,
add
yes.
context to the Civ picks. Take it away.
Alright, and now I'm going to do Civ ban for Spain. Alright, where is it? Here it is. Alright, everybody. So we are now going to go into game 1 of this round of 16 best of 7 series in the Spring ESOC Championship between Rohbrot and Conqueror. The first civs are going to be Spain and Otto. So
Ah,
Rohbrot
okay.
is going to be the Ottomans, and Conqueror is going to play as the Spanish. Let's get you guys
Uh,
over to the game if it is up, and I'm refreshing the search.
I think we'll have to give it a couple of minutes
Yeah.
to load. But
So
man, what about this matchup? I think,
yeah,
if you can't play the best Civ you have, but you know all the right tools to counter that Civ. I
yeah.
mean, to be fair, it was a blind pick, but I think Robot got the best counter pick he could have hoped for versus
Yeah,
Spain.
honestly, we've seen double racks Jan timings, fast fortress mirrors, and Rohbrot has one thing up his sleeve that no other player has. He has the best game knowledge on Spain, so his ability to make the right decisions at the right times to stop his opponent from doing what they want to do is going to be very, very important. Thank you for the follow, Sacrificed Pawn. Really appreciate it. And again, we really appreciate all of you guys coming in here today. Don't forget to either, subscribe or donate to the channel. It really helps us with putting together these tournaments and this awesome UI for you guys. What are your
Yeah,
thoughts on this
I think
matchup?
Mahongpa, it's going to be a long, long Sunday for you. We already had a 2 hour, 20-minute series going 4-3, and that was after a Rec OOS. And I think this live series between Rohbrot and Conqueror, I expect at least 6 games.
I do
So
too.
yeah.
It's going to be a long one, but I'm all
Yeah.
about it. I love watching these high-level games, and I love being privileged to be given the opportunity to present them to you and just enjoy it together with the community. 200 people in chat is awesome. Love to see it. All right, I'm refreshing once again here. Now the players, I believe, are they have the game up, and let's see. It will be a few minutes most likely, but they gave me the game lobby code. So on Punjab, right? So on this map, what do you think each player is going to do? I think we're probably going to see, both players going for a trading post. Whether Conqueror goes for a second one, I doubt, against Ottoman aggression. I think we're going to see a lot of
Hmm.
Janissary into maybe Falconets. That's kind of just Roborot's playstyle in general. Spain, on the other hand, Lancers are pretty solid unit against H2, even H3 Janissaries, considering they have very low melee multipliers. Be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah. I think in the tournaments so far or in general, I think Otto has the upper hand in this matchup. But yeah, I think Ottoman has to go for a Jan rush or sort of an aggressive play style.
Yeah.
I think Spain still sort of edges out in the FF wars.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that's what we'll see. Conqueror going for a outpost in base, probably skipping the second trading post or the market text to prepare for that Jan timing. And yeah, he'll want to go to H3 ASAP and try to defend that. And we'll go we'll see what Jans do best. Jans go forward.
I love that saying so much. Jans go forward, baby. And here we go. Welcome back, everyone, to another series. And we are going live between Conqueror and Rohbrot. We are on the map Punjab. We'll skip the map intros since we just played a series. Now, on the west side of the map in the color blue, we have Conqueror playing as the Spanish. On the eastern side, we have Rohbrots spawning in the color red as the Ottomans. Now, both players sending their rickshaws forward to potentially pick up some of these water buffalo. And we also see the dog going out to pick up some water buffalo and get some scouting done. Nice treasures on the map. A lot of the good treasures are at the top. In
Ooh,
the center,
interesting though. I think we already see a deviation from the
yeah,
meta. Conqueror not going for the early trading post. Instead, I think he might go for a market or a house. You'll have to wait and see.
yeah, that is really curious why he's not doing that. I mean, I feel like you really want that XP tempo. Well, there might be something with his deck where he doesn't send like capitalism or something in age one. Stealing a dog though from the rickshaw, very nice. And let's look at
Yeah.
some of the other treasures. Some wood. That's a huge wood treasure. It should be like 150, 125. There's usually also a large food treasure on the map. I'm not seeing it spawn in. So Oh, it's near Conqueror's base, so he's gonna find 100 food, and that's going to be very huge. He gets his house up, no market, so he's just got like an extra 100 idled wood that really you
Hmm.
don't need, and he's missing out on a lot of experience for that.
Yeah, I would want to, sort of poke Conqueror's brain here because I think he's a generally a quite high IQ player. He is very experienced. He's, I think, he used to be at least one of the top three players in Treaty. So I mean, one player's Treaty, but one thing Treaty players do know is how to optimize the builds.
And their
So maybe he
macro,
knows the
yeah.
Jan rush is coming. So maybe doesn't want to go for that early trading post. Maybe that's what he's thinking, but yeah, not too sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We see Rohbrot here, very Age 2 orientated deck, 700 food, 600 coins, 7 A's apps, and the other standard stock cards are in deck. Um, so nothing really out of the ordinary, to be quite honest. That's relatively standard. If we take a look over at Conqueror's deck, let's see what he's doing. So we do see Unction, and we do see Threeville on the way in now. We do see House of Trastamara, Spanish Gold, 1k Wood, an Infinite 7 Lancer. Buddy, what? Like, if you're going to do that, have Caballeros at least, but even then, I think that's a pretty poor card.
Yeah. He does have capitalism in age one,
Yeah,
so that makes me even more curious as to why would you skip the age one TP.
yeah.
But yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
I don't think he's going to send Capitalism, to be honest. I think that's too greedy. He could
Yeah,
technically get
without the
away with
trading
it.
post, I don't think you can afford it. Yeah.
Yeah, and so Rohbrot here, he's got hunting dogs, and he's got a market, obviously, with a trading post, so he's looking pretty decent, aging up at 228. Just Ottoman Tings, yep, 11
Yeah.
Vills. Let's see what he's macroing for. He's just getting more food. Maybe he's trying to get Gang Saw. And yep, he's starting to transition villagers over to wood. He's at the 100 mark. Maybe he's just going to continue getting more techs. And we do see 2 forward villagers walking up
Yeah,
towards the center of the
there's
map.
there's the we called it, guys. There's a Janissary rush coming in. There are so many variations I've seen to the Janissary build. Some people go for true trading post and go for a bit of economy before adding that second barracks. Some people just plop down both barracks from the 400 wood, chop 100 wood extra, and go all in with the crates. It'll be interesting to see what Rohbrot's version of the build is.
We do see a trading post now going down for Spain. Um, that's just so curious. It just doesn't feel
Yeah.
like it's. I mean, he's missed out on several passes. He's missing another. Like, he could have had this for 3 minutes, right? And if we take a look,
True.
I mean, he could have another shipment in queue. Like, it just feels really poor. He is going up with the
Also,
governor.
one thing about Conqueror's deck is he only has 7 Rodelellos in his deck. He
Yeah.
doesn't have the town militia or even the 2 outpost card, which I really like to defend versus, all in H2 pressures while you're FFing as Spain. So he needs to be on point with this TC fire, tower fire, and all the shipment pops to,
He
have
needs to
any
be
hope of
more on.
defending this Janissary rush.
He needs to be on point with his herding because he doesn't have a lot of
True.
food in base right now. If we look, I mean, there's just not a lot left. And if he's going to try and fast fortress, where's he going with the tower? In base. And something Rohbrot always told me is when you're playing against Spain, always, always, always destroy the tower. But since it's in base here, like, that's a win. That's an instantaneous win. Particularly on a map that is this small. Where are those villagers that we saw? They're up here, so that's a good angle away from the center, so his explorer won't be able to identify anything. First barracks going down, quartermaster wood being picked up, and we see 700 coin coming in, and he's macroed to produce 10 janissaries, or excuse me, 13 janissaries right away. So that's really nice.
Yeah, and he knows what's up. He has scouted with the Grove Rickshaw. He knows what's coming from Spain. Um, has Spain scouted the 2 barracks though, is the question.
No, he is not, and it doesn't look like
Hmm.
he's going to, unless he cuts back the same way he came.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
he's
think
looking
that's a very
around.
smart barracks placement by Robot, I have to say.
It is, because if you just place it, in the stereotypical central locations near resources, then it'll be very obvious. And he's really does not want the Spanish explorer to find the barracks, so he's putting villagers in the town center, and he also doesn't want him to see the 700 coin coming in onto the ground. Now, this explorer is very low HP, which is going to be critical for the defense and training dogs, and
Clicking H3 at 5 minutes, though, I have to say, I
that
have to
is
respect that.
impressive. That is
But
very, very good.
going up with the scout, again, quite questionable. That's the 4 Hussar politician versus an all-in Jan Rush. I mean, he hasn't scouted the Jan Rush,
That's the
but
thing, he doesn't know, but I feel like
yeah.
it's not a bad decision. One, because Otto typically is very susceptible to cavalry in the early portion of the game because they don't usually have a strong economy. But we do see the double racks here, and these Huss aren't going to do anything. Building a forward barracks here, 700 wood is on the floor, and he's getting his infrastructure down. He needs to get this up with another villager quickly, and also
I don't like this barracks so far front.
it needs to be here.
And Rohbrot is doing the very smart thing. He's not poking him with the 10 Janissaries and revealing the rush. He'll wait for a solid mass of 20. He'll probably send 3 Delhis or 5 more Janissaries from his home city to snare anything that comes out from the H3 age up. And it's very hard to deal with like 25 Janissaries.
Yeah.
They have so much HP, they have so much siege. And this barracks will not live very long.
Getting steel traps now, and he has enough coin to make another 15 Janissaries. Just putting everyone on food, getting a couple of houses as well. And yeah, this timing push is coming in. He's only he's 2/3 of the way aged up, Conqueror, and he's now sending 7 rods, training rods. But this barracks might go. No, I think it's gonna get the rods out. But is he gonna get a full batch? I don't think so. He needs to have only 10 villagers in here, and he needs to be getting ready to potentially pop Minutemen. Barracks does go down, but he needs to get ready. Yep.
He doesn't have capitalism. He doesn't have a market. How will he get the 120 coin he needs for Minutemen, though?
He's not going to get
But
Minutemen,
I think
yeah.
the fast H3 will help him. He will at least get 5 Lancer shipment or something. Oh, Roach popping on the Janissaries. I don't like this.
Oh, the Huss coming out as well, though.
Okay.
And this could be good.
I feel. Imagine if Minutemen were here, it would be a cleanup. But now, I don't know. Janissaries are pretty strong with the reinforcing 5 batch. Ottoman hero even snaring some of those rods. He's away from the town center TC fire. This is a good trade for Rohbrot, honestly.
Yeah, it was. And not only that, the tower is still up. The 3 Delhi are in, but a lot of low HP age 2 rods here.
Conqueror needs to cancel those villagers, man, and just try to save for Minutemen.
He does, and the outpost goes down, losing a villager as well, losing 2 villagers.
2 villagers now.
This economy is really poor by Spain. If you look at Rohbrot, he's got steel traps in. He does have several idols that he needs to focus on. He's got another batch of 8 Janissaries.
And look at this big batch, man.
Yeah, 5 more Jans coming in. And Lancers are in, but I don't think there's enough else to deal with 23 Jans.
That's the problem. He needs something like 5 skirmishers to DPS behind all this. He has enough rods and cav to sort of block the Delhis. But yeah, this just isn't enough.
Minutemen getting called now. Rods are chasing.
In the tree line.
Yeah.
Lances are not able to get a good connect at all. Janissaries in melee, trade good. Yeah, this isn't going well for Conqueror at all.
All the Lancers are going down. There's only 2 Hussars remaining, and rods are dying. There's quite a few Minutemen left, though, but, I mean, he's gotten all the value he needs. A couple of dogs coming out now. Has another shipment on the way, and it's going to be 600 coin to continue double raxing Janissaries, and, he's still got
Spain
14.
Does Spain have a military building yet?
Conqueror is now putting down another barracks, now shipping 9 rods. I mean, his eco is so poor, though. He doesn't have 5 vil.
Yeah, the tower is dead. The 5 lancers are dead. He cannot send falconets since he has no cover. The tower is dead. Minutemen, he doesn't have Minutemen. But if he is able to get 5 skirmishers, maybe he can trade with those Jans. But yeah, I think Rohbrot is ahead right now.
The scores would agree with your assessment there. Food running out in base. He's going to have to herd this in. Rods coming out. They're gonna catch out some of these Janissaries, which is nice.
Yeah, I
But
don't think that's a good trade.
yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, that's nice pulling back. Can we see Rohbrot's POV though? Is he adding Abus? What is he trying to do now?
Looks like he's just continuing double racks. I think Abus would be a good decision. Maybe consider getting Stagecoach with 3 TPs with 600 wood. Maybe ship 5 villagers. He can do
True,
anything.
true.
I mean, he could just age up behind this too. He's done a lot of damage. He's
I
destroyed a
mean, only good thing
barracks.
Conqueror has going on is he has the sort of the better mass, while Rohbrot cannot add any delis or any Abus gunners right
Yeah,
away. And Rohbrot's eco is also pretty bad right now.
yeah. He doesn't have 5 villain. He's only on 1 trading post. He doesn't have a mosque down. Oh no, he does have a mosque down now. But yeah, the thing is like Skirm Rod is the better composition, albeit the mass is half the size. But we do see some
Ooh,
delis being
stable
added,
there, yeah. I mean,
and
Rohbrot
yeah,
knows Spanish timings better than anyone, as you mentioned, and he just knows, knows exactly when to add these delis. Conqueror doing a good job trying to get free pot shots, but yeah, he desperately needs 8 rods and even 2 falconets. But again, his trading post is down. He has already sent 2 H3 shipments. He does not have much tempo working for him. Rods
no,
do not have any siege at all. Yeah, this is looking tough. And
yeah,
Rohbrot manages to get a full batch of 5 Delhi. That is scary.
yeah, that is
And these are
scary.
age 2 rods, I think.
Yes, they are. They're not veterancy, and
Oh man.
so the
Yeah.
snaring from the cav with this amass of Janissaries is going to do a massive amount of damage here. And the rods are coming back towards the front line, but nice micro here by both players.
Yeah, Conqueror needs to kite for his life right now.
He's so
Maybe
dead.
put his hero in melee.
Yeah,
Maybe make some war dogs.
the thing is
Is
that
he?
his
What is he making more? Is he making a batch of skirmishers or
rods
rods
are being
right
shipped.
now?
8 rods coming in now, and 4
Oh yeah.
skirmisher batch. So he might have his opportunity here with maybe TC fire and dogs. But again, I don't know. The Rohbrot's microing this
Oh
very
yeah.
well.
I think that 8 rod shipment was clutch. So I think
Yes.
Conqueror will live to fight another day. But what is his follow-up is the question.
Yeah, the dogs are being produced, and the rods are, staying alive. Skirms are doing nice background damage. Delis
Ooh, even
are,
the Ottoman
yeah.
hero snaring now, that's very
Oh,
annoying
yeah,
to
that
deal with.
is. And this amass of Janissaries is going to be quite brutal to deal with. If we look at Rohbrot's
Yeah.
perspective, look at this macro. He
He
could,
doesn't have enough skirmishes to even one-shot the Janissaries. He's
yeah,
just bleeding so many units and villagers right now. And Rohbrot looks like he's macroing to age up behind all
I
this.
think so, and that makes sense to me. I mean, you're just putting constant pressure on,
Oh
but
man, Rohbrot just sold 500 wood for coin.
that is such a
Oh
Rohbrot
man,
market play.
this madman.
Just,
If Rohbrot wins this game by selling 500 wood for coin, I mean,
look at this
I'm
market trading
I'm
going
plucking
on.
my hair,
Look at this
man. I'm
market
plucking
trading
my hair
going
right
on.
now. Yeah.
Oh god, just iconic Rohbrot just selling everything at the market. But at this point, 2 Falconets with veteran Janissaries is going to be,
Yeah, Spain can't
yeah.
do anything to deal with that. And even now, Spain has no siege. Uh,
Still
the
H2
villagers are
rods.
safe. I mean, what can you do with the skirms and 10 rods? You can try
Yeah.
to poke, but the economy is safely tucked away. Just he's aging up with the messenger. He has the shipment in queue already. This is just looking over for Conqueror, honestly.
2 Falconets are coming in for Conqueror. He's on 21 Vils. Rohbrot on 24. Does he have the upgrade at the Mosque? He does not yet, so he'll be getting that. Training more Delhi. 2 Falconets on the way. And, yeah. It's crazy when skirmishers have more siege than rods. Like, that's how you know. Like, these just are not gonna go down. Like, I'm
Yep.
sorry, they're just not.
And even if one goes down, I mean, you need only one for the
Veterancy.
veteran Janissaries.
Yeah. More Delhi coming out. He's now got how many does he have here? 7 deli, and these are really scary, honestly. And where are the Falconets for Conqueror? They're coming to out now. Now this is where the siege comes in, and now this is going to be the classic H3 Rod Skirm Falconet versus Jan Deli Falk. I think now that Rohbrot, he's not macroing for a veterancy, he's just making more Jans,
yeah,
which is an
that's a
interesting
good
position.
win for Conqueror though. Not
Yeah.
having veteran Janissaries. If Conqueror with his treaty micro is able to sort of win the Falconet war, he might be still in this game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Rohbrot with his 100 Spain FF games, wasting Delhi's though, and 5 Janissaries popping
Yeah.
right on the
Oh!
skirmishers, putting them in melee on the Falconets. A good shot on the Rodeleros. Oh man.
Oh, did you see that bounce?
That
Killing
dodge.
several skirmishers. Yeah, and the dodge from the skirms as
Oh,
well.
man.
And oh!
This is insane. But still, a couple of Delhi alive.
Yeah.
Janissaries will just go in. And yeah, both Falconets from Rohbrot still alive.
Yeah.
And yeah, Conqueror calls it.
Wow. Wow, that was a very
man.
high level artillery battle there.
Yeah.
And, you know, killing the rods first, and then all the anti-cav cover is dead, and then the Falconets just having supreme rain. Like, they shot here at a rod, and it bounced and hit like 3 skirmishers. That was nuts.
Wow, yeah.
Alright, yeah, so game number 1 is in the books, going to Rohbrot, and losing a lot of vills there too at that push during age 2. So nicely played Janissary play into...
Yeah, I think it just was
Yeah.
countable from Rohbrot, but very well executed.
Yeah.
I think Conqueror was looking good, in my opinion, when, you know, with that 6 minute 20 age up, man, that was quite fast. If only he had, you know, the barracks behind his FB, sorry, behind his town center. If he macroed for Minutemen instead of those 2 or 3 rods,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
were, I think, kind of useless, and he had a pop of, you know, 4 Huss Minutemen along with some dogs. I mean, the game could have gone either way. I think it was there was some potential there by Conqueror, but yeah, Rohbrot just played it so well.
I agree, and yeah, just the Minutemen there would have been really clean. Like, they could have cleaned up a lot of the Janissaries, honestly, and then he would have been in a really good position to then go from there. But all the H2 tempo stayed alive, and then, you know, didn't even need veterancy. He just had the mass and was like, fuck it, I'll make 5 more. And that was a nice pop on melee, and yeah, well played. That's the thing, like, I feel like picking Spain against Rohbrot is almost a mistake. He just knows what to do against it. Like, he just knows everything about it. Like, it's like, I mean, yeah, it is what it is.
I mean, I remember, you know, in the community, at one point, who was it? It was either Keister or Breeze, when, you know, they were saying that Poets is unbeatable on Saguene, and the other player was like, okay, you play Poets in a BO7, and I'll play 7 defensives.
Yeah.
And they kind of tried to prove them wrong, but, you know, even after trying all the counter builds, Sports just prevailed.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just, you know, it is an RTS. Mechanics will get you ahead, but, you know, if you have the worst build, that's just minus 200 elo right there.
Yeah. Alright, welcome back everyone to this round of 16 series between Rohbrot and Conqueror on the map Scandinavia. In the south of the map, we have Rohbrot spawning in the color teal as the British. On the north side of the map, we have Conqueror loading in as Howden-Nishone, and I hate this bug. This is the worst bug on the planet. This happens so often, and it's not going to build. He needs to do something about that, because it's just going to sit there, and where, you know, like, it takes a long time to build, so hopefully he identifies that, because that will be, yep, I mean, this is, it's just so frustrating.
But look at Rohbrot. Already we have another, you know, Rohbrot being Rohbrot, going for the trading post build instead of, you know, the conventional 2 or 3 manners with Brit.
Yeah.
So, do you see a possibility of a GMT start into something like a Kalanesque FI or FF build?
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I think he's going to do. Rohbrot himself said the other day that he believes that the Fast Fortress with GMT with the Black Watch to Falconet timing is better than Spain's.
Wait, what?
Yes, he said that, which I don't agree with, but yeah, I think
I
it's
mean,
going to be the move
yeah.
here, and he's going to have a tower in base with berries, bushes, and if he's able to fortress this, then he's going to get out a very powerful timing against, some of this H2 tempo that we're going to expect between this water economy. I mean, this water start for Howd is so good. Like, he's going to
Yeah.
be able to get out a couple of boats. He's going to be able to train villagers nicely, like have 20 villagers at like 5 minutes, and then just put on a ton of pressure with the fast age up. Um, so curious to see
And
how that works
excellent
out.
treasure gathering by Haudenosaunee till now. I think he got a big food treasure. He now
Yes.
got a big wood treasure. And as you were saying, Haudenosaunee on a water dock start is, I think, a top tier surf for sure. And just these small treasures allowing him to get one extra boat even at 2.5 minutes in the game. That's just gonna scale so hard.
It
I mean, I
is.
have seen the Haudenosaunee FP build. I've seen it played by Frontline, played it by Kevin. They get like 30 units at 7 minutes. But even behind that, they will have like 35 villagers. It's
Yeah.
just so scary, man.
Yeah, Howd on Water is easily S tier, and they're just so scalable. And the great thing about this map is if Rohbrot decides to go anti-water, there's two sides to the water, so it makes it a lot harder to deal with a two-sided water play. And
Mm,
if Conqueror decides to go into greedy water, like if we look at each player's
mhm.
deck here, I'm curious to see. So we do see 4 war canoes. So he's probably not going to go super heavy. We do see 5 curs, 8 curs and the light cannons. So pretty balanced deck, I would say, for
But
this
I
map.
want to see the Rohbrot deck, man. I think already I've seen GMT.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
God. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Look, love the name. I love the deck. Uh,
um, yeah, we're just gonna
Forget
move
anything.
on.
I mean, I was about to give you my thoughts on the matchup. How Blitz can defend the FP pressure and then sort of outscale Haudenosaunee. But forget all of that because
Yeah, it's
uh,
unconventional, and this is going to be. I mean, 8 Giant Lancers. Are you serious?
I mean, you have 5 cards in H2 and one of them is Cav HP. I am not sure what's happening.
Oh man, he does
Uh,
have advanced artillery as well, which
yeah,
is quite interesting. He's got a fort.
yeah.
I mean, wow,
But I
wow.
thought even pioneers or town militia, I mean, I think you need at least one defensive card. Let's see how Robrot
Pioneers.
does it. But I remember Callan flopping down like walls, sending town militia, even making a couple extra towers. Let's see
Yeah,
how Robrot does it.
so he's got 2 shipments in queue, and look at this age up time. He aged up
Wow.
at 316, but he's got 2 trading posts with GMT, and that's going to make him age up so quickly. I mean, if we look over at Conqueror, he's aging up with the fast age up as well, and he also
Mhm.
aged up quite late, but he is getting now his 4th fishing boat produced, and yeah, they're gonna age up probably relatively the same time. I mean, Conqueror's probably gonna be up a little bit faster. Well, no, actually, yeah, I know he is. Okay, but like still able to keep up with
Yeah.
a fast age from Howd is crazy. Like, here comes the forward Travois. We'll see where he puts this.
5 villagers from Conqueror. I like that, honestly. I think Conqueror would have already seen the deck of Robrot. And, I don't think an all-in works versus players of such high level. I think you need a solid timing. So starting with 5 villagers, getting some economy is the play here instead of maybe, sending Kanya Horseman and trying to, not do anything versus the base. But yeah, let's see.
Yeah, tower is in, coin on the ground, and Robrot here is sending 700 wood and coin to straight fast fortress. The tower's not going in base. Are you serious?
Wait, what?
Where's this
I
tower
mean,
going?
he has to have scouted the messenger age up, and how it will push you in age too. This seems very risky from Roblot.
Yeah, it is. And the 5 Vils popping from the forward warhol?
Oh man, Yeah, I think this tournament nerves? I'm not sure. But
Surely
yeah,
that's a
small things
misplay.
like this. Mm.
But he does scout the tower with the deserted pikemen, but he's not following
Ooh.
it.
But does he notice it? Does he know? Because Rohbrot noticed it. He,
Yeah.
took it a little bit forward.
I don't think he
Hmm.
does, and he only gets 3. Oh no, he does get 4 IE now. Okay.
Yeah, I like
Um,
the Ayana choice. I think Ayana do not get shot by TC fires as badly as Tomahawks. They
right.
only cost food to produce, so they are the perfect unit you want to, sort of idle the town center.
I agree with that 30% range resistance, not getting too hit by
True.
everything. 1.5 rate of fire as well for raiding against villagers can be very effective. And yeah, his water eco is stagnating. He's now getting 4 boats. I think
Can we
he's
see Rohbrot POV now?
yeah. So we do see the church card coming in now. He's on 14 villagers at
Already going
530.
H3. Oh
Yeah,
man.
and he's gonna age up fast with the Mohawk Statesman. He's gonna have a oh man. And let's not forget he's got 2 trading posts giving him XP that he's going to need to age up here. And yeah, Kanye's are coming in now. Boats
What is
being
Mahampa? You
made.
said for Chef's East. I'd like to repeat that for Robrot. You can ban the Spain for the
Yes,
player, but
but
you
you
can't take the
can't.
Spain out of Robrot.
Surely he sees the church now and knows that the Black Watch will be coming, and he's just gonna chill and back up, I think. Kanye
And
Wests are
that's
in though. That's gonna
the
be
seven
huge to
Tomahawk
idle.
age up.
Yes,
You know,
it's the 6 Tomahawk
funnily,
and the Scout.
is Haudenosaunee Tomahawk that will have to defend versus the Haudenosaunee push.
Yes, and getting really nice idle time here. It's gonna slow down this timing of the push in general, but we're at 6:30 and Brit has almost reached the fortress age on 2 trading posts.
Yep. And he has shipped the Glorious Revolution. So I think he will try to go for the Black Watch into the two Falconet.
Yes. And yeah, this is going to be juicy for sure. The
Yeah.
Kanyes are here, but let's not forget that the Mohawk Statesmen, these Tomahawks have they're like Corollians almost, so they will do very well against these Kanyes.
So
And yeah,
we have to remember though, Kanya horsemen have multiplier versus artillery. So,
yes,
I think what Conqueror wants to do is he wants to slowly chip away at the mass because so that he can try to just go in and trade off versus the Falconets. Because if you allow the Highlander pop with the Falconets, it'll be impossible to hold an H2.
yeah. But the Falcons are gonna pop, and where are they gonna pop from? Because as
I
we
think
see,
Tower.
oh, they are coming from the tower, so
Oh,
very,
so
very,
sneaky
very,
by
very
Rohbrot, man.
sneaky.
So
And
sneaky. Conqueror is wondering what's going on.
oh, he
Uh,
doesn't see the tower. And he has no siege to idle
yeah.
all of this, but behind this, he's booming, man. He's got 10 boats, right? 11 boats coming in. And yeah. Rohbrot, on the other hand, is at 16 vills compared to 38. Oh my goodness.
Wow. And how much do those Highlanders cost? Is it like 1K food? What is
It's
it?
1k
I
food,
totally
yes.
forgot.
It's 1k food for 8 Black Watch.
Okay. Did he
So, yeah.
scout the outpost? Because I think one of the villagers got
Yeah, it
shot.
got shot, so
And
he sees it now. He's got another shipment. What is Rohbrot going to do? He has a lot of options here. He can go for a fort. He can go for 8 vills, 1k wood. The Falconets are out, and he's going for 5 Huss. Interesting. I kind of like this,
mm,
actually. I think that's going to be good to snare and allow the Falconets and other units to get off a lot of damage. He has his anti-cav, and as soon as these come in as well, he's going to have a nice Musk-Husk Falc composition.
true.
Conqueror
I
is getting
mean,
the big button
you can
now.
see it in the clan name, M Falk, Musk Falk.
Yeah.
True to his name. Last game we saw Janissaries, Delhi, and Cannon. This game we will see Hussar, Tomahawk, Blackwatch, and Cannon.
Yeah, very, very interesting composition here. 40 villagers. So, outscaling Brit's eco is how it is kind of wild to think about. But here we go. Aina are moving forward here, and they are now in stagger mode. There's only 5 Tomahawks here, so there's actually... Oh, he's also making Kanye Wests. And that's going to be a very nice addition to his composition, I think. Mixing in more Tomahawks, identifying that he may need some more Siege and potential anti-cav. And, you know, he's got a decent amount of hyenas here as well.
Yep.
Let's look at Rohbrot's point of view. And the Black Watch is coming in. And it's coming in from the town center.
man.
Look at these 400 HP, 63 damage, 64 damage to cavalry and melee, and 40 siege. These guys are absolute tanks and are really, really scary. And here we go. It's 9 minutes into the game. And the forward war hut is being pushed. We have 5 Hussars out on the pitch as well.
Yeah, I think there's no way that Howdy can, you know, get a trade versus this.
No.
I think the only thing Conqueror can do, he knows he has twice the eco. He just needs to run around the map and buy himself as much time as he can, and you know, try to get a couple of warheads behind his TC. Use the TC warhead fire to
Yes.
sort of kill the falconets. But yeah, he cannot take an upfront fight and win this.
No, he's going to get smoked. I mean, Rohbrot
And look at
just-
that awkward drag box
Yeah.
micro from Rohbrot.
Yeah, that was very
That's
strange.
classic. Yeah.
Falconet's getting nice shots here, but Kanye's are coming in, and oh my god, they just one hit a Kanye. Huss snaring,
Yeah,
Tomahawk's
this is
popping
not
from
what
the
you
other
want.
side, and the Falconets are getting huge volleys off here. Oh, and a misfire! Tomahawks are
Ooh, that
meleeing
might
down the
cost him.
Falconets!
That's a beautiful flank by the Tomahawks. The Kanya melted, but yeah. Ooh.
Oh,
I
is this
think
gonna go down?
This is a
If this goes
Yeah,
down, he's in
it
a
has to
huge
go down,
problem, and it does! More Kanyas are popping, and there's not many Blackwatch left here.
wow. I did not expect this at all.
Musketeers
What is
being
Rohbrot's
shipped
follow
now.
behind this?
Yeah, he's
though?
shipping 9 Musk, but they're age 2. And there's plenty of Hyena left, War Hut firing down, and these, you know, they're doing 24 damage every single shot, and they shoot at 1.5 rate of fire. There's a couple of Huss left getting great value here. Villagers now getting raided on these blueberry bushes over here, and, you know, these Blackwatch are going to do a ton of damage. But again, the Huss are down, it's just Hyena left, and he loses 2 villagers.
Rohbrot is like, fine, you win this fight. Now what? I'm just gonna go send 1k coin and go H4.
Yeah.
And you know, you better be ready for the next rocket, Jaeger, and whatever else timing there is.
And these things are just absolutely destroying these Hyena. Like, he's just fine trading this. Like, yeah, he's going to age up behind this, get 1k wood, and I mean, look at these things. Just so powerful. 21 villagers here, and now 1k wood coming in. Now, this is the proper response here by Conqueror.
And tell me, Mahongpa, in which DE patch point NZY did you get self-healing Highlanders? That is just crazy.
That is, absurd, quite
Yeah, they
honestly.
have that, you know, the first aid thing. I think they self-heal
Yep.
when they're standing.
That's just insane. No, even while they're walking, this one's gaining HP. It's like, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's just wacky.
Yeah, very powerful. Conqueror on the other hand, 40
Can Howdy
vills.
go H3 though behind all this?
Yeah, surely. I mean, I don't see why not. You know, he's got a superior eco at this point. He's got a corral down. His forward warhead is still up. He does have a couple of units, but like he could just. I mean, if he's scouting here, which he has the Kanye to go around, he can potentially see that. You know, what is on the ground. What does he see actually? Oh no, that's Mother Nature. Yeah, so he's got to know that there's not a lot of, you know, villagers out here on the field. He could be raiding over here. Now with this 1k wood, Rohbrot's just making a lot of houses. So he's getting, yeah, and he's macroing for industrial. And look at this, he's just going to boom behind all of this and get a ton of villagers.
Yeah. I like this pressure from Conqueror though. I think he'll be able to idle and maybe, you know, slow down the H4 for a bit. And meanwhile, he can maybe send 600 coin behind that and try to age himself.
But he gets caught out here by
Ooh,
the
nice
Minutemen
Minutemen
pop.
snare,
Yeah.
Lost like 6 INA for effectively 1.5 Highlanders.
Yeah, and it's just going to heal and walk away, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So, nice Minutemen pop there.
Ooh, we will have a big shot from the hero. Look at that.
Yeah,
All
dude.
a minute man and a half HP.
I don't know why he didn't just do this when the Hyena were still alive. Like, just kill all the fucking Minutemen and just keep your Hyena
True.
alive to deal with these. Micro this away, please. Okay, that's good, Micro.
Ooh, nice micro, yeah.
Yeah, alright, good
What's
job.
Robrot's food count like? He's desperately trying to gather 2k food.
Oh, he's at 1,700 and he's getting more idle time here. Just kill the Highlander, please. Oh, nice. Now he's getting some villager raids here. Almost. Oh, this villager. Oh, okay,
Whoa,
but
so close.
really
I
good
don't think
idle
Rohbrot
time,
has a
though.
market at all, so he can't, buy food. Does he have villages somewhere else on the map?
Yeah, he does over here. And now he's building that market, as you
Ah,
mentioned.
yeah.
9
And
musketeers.
we'll
Yeah.
again see this 500 wood traded for coin, and then he'll buy food to
Yep.
age 4.
Yep. Yeah. And 9 musketeers being shipped. He surely doesn't want to send this, but he needs to. He's got so many idled villagers here.
True.
Explorer
I
revived
think
now.
at this point, Conqueror just needs to, split his KingofOsmane and try to scout all over the map.
Exactly. He's not doing a very good I mean, he's doing a great job containing, don't get me wrong, but he has to know that there's villagers around the map. He is exploring here with his explorer, so he will identify that there's a ton of villagers out somewhere. But they're nice counter raid with this
9
tower with the
must raid from
musketeers.
Rohbrot. Wow.
Very nice job. That's 2 villagers that go down now. Still idling, losing some Kanyes. And, yeah, he's snaring with the melee musketeers, and he's killing 5 vills here.
I think funnily, if we will see the will graphs later, I think Rohbrot has killed more villagers than Conqueror has.
I agree. I agree. He has no siege. Like, this TC is just, he's lost a couple, but, like, look at the HP on these vills here.
Ooh,
Like,
but
look.
but he might find the villagers near the market.
Yeah,
Conqueror,
and
that
he
is.
does. Does he see it?
Oh, sneaky
Wow.
Rohbrot.
Wow.
Sneaky
Wow.
Rohbrot.
I always on the mini map. Musketeers escape as well. Get some nice value out of that 9 musketeer shipment. Now going up to age 4 with the engineer, so he's going to get the falconets. He's going to need to find a way to bring these musketeers back to his base, or actually he could just pop them from the tower and push on this flank here. Is Conqueror aging? He needs to be. He is aging, and he's going up with the chief now. 41
And
villagers for Conqueror.
since the last 6-7 minutes, Haudenosaunee eco hasn't been growing
No, it
at all
hasn't.
because of the raids and I think some idle time. So yeah, it's not. And how does Haudenosaunee deal with rockets or falconets in H3? They don't have any Culverin kind of units. Oh,
Well,
but when he catch the falconets for free.
I don't think he saw it.
Oh man, oh man. I thought Rohbrot was going to ship them at the tower, but this
Yeah.
could be a big catch. This could be a big catch for Conqueror.
I agree,
if
and
he
if he
manages
gets
to see it.
this, that's huge.
Or even if he gets the villagers down south, even that would be big.
There's so many here, and he does now see them. Oh, nice Vil split there, but he needs to split his
Oh, yeah.
Kanyes. Split. Oh, okay, all right, that's fine. He's gonna be able to pick up these Vils
Yeah.
here. No great coats on the. Oh no, he does not have great coats on the villagers, but Kanye's just doing a great job here. Now
Yeah,
he
that's a
needs to get
decent
musket riders. He knows that he's in age 4. He needs musket riders.
Can we see what Rohbrot's shipping now?
He doesn't have a shipment, and he's trying to pull trick here. He does pull trick 1 away, so that's nice micro. But the falconets are
Oh, those were your
unpacking.
falconets. Okay, he has
needs some
musketeers to cover them.
Nice, and he can just path issue with the falconets here.
Yeah, that was well done by Rohbrot.
Here come the 3 rockets, baby.
3 rockets and 14 musketeer push incoming.
This pseudo fast industrial play was I mean, if these pop from here, are they at this tower? Let's see. Conqueror almost aged up. He does have a shipment in queue. Rohbrot is shipping the tower, not to the tower, excuse me, to the town center here. And the falconets are just going to go forward while these are coming in. Very poor economy, though, I must say.
Yeah, Brits on 24 will just it's just uncharacteristic of the civilization. But yeah, behind this, I think Rohbrot still has 2 TPs for himself. As soon as he starts sieging all this, Haudenosaunee infrastructure, the XP will be flowing in. And after that, he can just send those, nasty H4 shipments, man. And how
Yeah.
does Conqueror deal with that? He does not have any Culverins in H3. does he have enough economy to like mass enough musket riders?
Oh, he's
Is
getting
the
vet
question now.
Kanyas. He's not. Yeah, and I mean, he needs to be transitioning over to food coin
Yeah,
more
and he's going to
heavily.
lose so much infrastructure. I think
Yeah.
these 5 houses and TC will just evaporate in like a minute. And how does he
Yeah.
replace all that?
I mean, he's
This is
got
looking tough.
900 siege here, and
Wow.
yeah, this is gonna be rough. Make it actually 1300 with the 2 falconets, and not to forget the musketeers here. And he has no corral right now, and he's desperately trying to get one up, but he's not going to get it up in time, and the macro is so poor, and he's just losing houses left and right, and he's super popped. He's overpopped by 30, and there's going to be another Longhout that goes down, and that's 15 population, let's not forget. And yeah, he's trying to get out forest prowlers, but he just can't do anything, and he's going to try and catch him out here, but again, these rockets are just going to be too much to deal with.
Ooh, we do have some raids on the south, I think, from the KingofOsmane, but
Yeah, they're not going to
not sure
find
if they got
anything.
anything done.
And oh my goodness, this is going to be...
Ooh,
Ooh.
if these rockets get a shot in, man, that's gonna be a clip.
Oh!
Ouch.
Yeah, that's rough. But the Kanye are next to 11 villagers. Half of Rohbrot's economy is on this mine, and he doesn't see it.
And I think what he's doing is he's gathering for those 26 skirmishers. I think you get guard skirmishers or those Royal Rangers. I forgot what's the tech.
Oh, he might be going for the Jat Lancers, actually.
Oh man, that'll be the GG button.
If he gets Jat Lancers in a round of 16 game, I would... Bruh. That would be insane. The fucking meme to do that when your opponent is just full on water and you have 24 villagers and you haven't trained a single vill for like 8 minutes is insane. It's insane. He's still up in score, but the Curs are coming in, and that's going to be a really, really nice touch.
Oh yeah, I think Curs will be good versus the Rockets. They'll be good versus the Lancers.
Yes.
I mean, muskets are good, but they aren't dragoons.
No.
So I think Rohbrot waiting for the shipment is just giving Haudenosaunee too much time. I feel.
Yeah.
He could have been doing some more damage. I think.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably really nervous because he doesn't have a lot of musketeers here to body block. But again, I feel like he could have, as you mentioned, just been doing some serious damage. Now we see Gentleman of the Bike coming in, 17 guard pikes. That is exactly what he needs. Yes, this is a card. Come get some. You automatically get tech to guard.
Banking 2K coin then?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he's just going for mass artillery. It is Rohbrot after all, but that was a curious decision.
Yeah.
But that might be his next shipment. Who knows? We'll see. But the Curs are out now and mixed in with the War Chief on 200 HP, and that's a lot of Vet Kanyas right there. I'm not gonna lie. This could be a problem actually for Rohbrot. I mean, we'll have to see how good his micro is. But he does have a lot of pikes now, that is the thing, and like, this is the perfect shipment that he needs. And now he does have the extra, he sent the Church Thin Red Line card where your musketeers are slower, but they get extra attack and HP, I think.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Now getting long lines for how many boats? Decent amount of boats. That's respectable.
And remember, soon the the fish will run out.
Yeah.
And he'll have to delete some of those boats.
Yeah, he will.
Ooh, but we have an engagement here. I like those Kanya splits from all directions.
The trees are blocking some of the Curs. The Curs are getting on, and there's a huge amount of Rangers that just came in here. That was what the coin was for, certainly, as you mentioned. And lots of skirmishers now, veteran Rangers. Oh my god! The absolute massacre! The Pikes are cleaning up the Kanyes. There's still some Curs left, but there's still too many.
All the rockets still alive. All the rockets still alive.
Oh my god. What a game.
That's just a big cleanup. The Rock is just leaving piles of dead Haudenosaunee warriors on this map, and yeah, What a
And look
game.
at that
I
Ranger
mean,
switch at the end. Most made unit came in the last 5 seconds of the game.
yeah, and they weren't even that impactful, honestly.
Wow.
It's funny when you win a game when you have half the resources of your opponent and half the villagers.
I mean,
Wow.
just
Mm.
what the wow. That was an insanely interesting game to watch.
Wow.
Oh wow.
I think Rohbrot's game sense is just on point. I think Conqueror had many opportunities with the Kanya raids, buying
Yeah, he
time.
did.
He had that amazing six Tomahawk pop and got the two Falconets for free. So Conqueror had some opportunities in the game, but Rohbrot with those will splits, shipping those 9 musketeers, raiding 6 villagers, sneaking the two Falconets out. I mean, he did everything so well. I mean, his map presence, his splitting his armies is just on point. I mean, it just reminds me of Azam's game style. I mean, neither me nor you nor Kaiser can make this work. It's only players like, Robrod and Azam. And what a entertaining game that was.
Yeah, I mean, that was just I'm shocked how he was able to pull that off. I mean, he wasn't making any villagers, and as you mentioned, he had half the eco, but he still came out in front with just the huge amount of tempo there. All right,
Yeah.
everyone, we're going
Quality over
into
quantity.
game 3.
Ooh, so we have another India versus Russia on Bengal.
Yes, and this is going to be an interesting one for sure. All right, welcome back, everyone, to another casted series presented to you by ESOC for the Spring Championship in this round of 16, best of 7 between Conqueror and Rohbrot. This is game number 3 on Bengal, and we've had some India-Russia picks on this map in recent round of 16s in this tournament, so we kind of know what to expect here. But interesting that Rohbrot going for Russia. What are your thoughts on this and this matchup?
I have never seen a robot Russia, so I don't know what to expect. But if at all it's going to be a standard Russia, I again expect a defensive Agra force from Conqueror and a forward Russian blockhouse from Robrot.
Yeah, yeah,
And sort of those H2 trades where Russia will have the initial tempo, then they'll just want to starve India out, while India will have the initial, slightly better eco, but and the better units, and they'll have to sort of push out of the map. So yeah,
yeah.
it can go either way. I think it's a very classic matchup. Hasn't changed a lot since the the EP days. That's very rare to say today.
Yeah, this is a very standard matchup, very classic. And as you mentioned, it really has not changed all too much. You know, you generally start like Sepoys, Ruskits, Cossacks, and then like Strelet, Cossack into Gurkha, and whatever India wants to add
What
on.
is this robot scouting though? Ah, look at that. Lovely split and explorer micro from Conqueror. Managing to get so many cows. Ooh, but robot steal one. Just as I
Yeah.
was about to say that.
Yeah, he does steal one, but you know he's got two here. He's got another in base, and yeah, Rohbrot playing this quite wisely and going towards the center of the map. But unfortunately, when you have two cavalry explorers with 5 movement speed, you're gonna get beat to the punch. And he unfortunately has missed the axe over here. He does not have a single water buffalo. Um, he opted to kill this one, but yeah, India coming out here with 3 so far, and that's really nice. And he's walking towards the other two on the map, so if he finds those, he'll be in a great position age 1.
Yeah. I want to look at robots deck though. Do we have some church FF shenanigans or will he play standard?
Oh, we do see the
Oh
Strelet
wow.
into Musketeer card, and that is a hilarious thing to see happen. If it's timed right, it can be very, very scary.
Yep. I think I've seen those, 9-minute timings by A's. You converse like 70 shellers, send 2 falconets.
Yeah,
I think we are going to see a Robrot standard game. But yeah, pretty standard deck for India as well. Lots of army shipments in age 3.
Yeah.
I mean, that is, I would even say too many age 3 military shipments. No 1K wood, no nothing. Just back to back to back in military unit cards.
Yeah, and
But I love the inclusion of the Tiger Claws in H2, especially versus Russia.
oh, it's a
I think
fantastic
that can be
card.
a strong timing.
Yeah, if you're constrained for food on this map, just ship that, and they will absolutely eviscerate Strelets. So standard 14 Vils here from Rohbrot. Let's look over at Conqueror, now sending in Distributivism. So I think both players have. Yep, they've both shipped Distributivism. So very, very standard. Elephants here, very nice. Getting 1,000 food per elephant. Absolutely insanely good. Now we do see,
I do have to say, not the best spawn for India. I mean, the
yeah,
mine is a little bit forward.
very
His
forward.
elephant hunt herded away. His trees are also a bit exposed. They are on the back line, but yeah, they're a bit exposed to Cossack raids.
I don't like this tree
So I
positioning.
mean, these small things, can matter a lot versus a 5 minute, 5 Cossack and 10 stellar timing.
Yeah. Getting a nice 55 food treasure here. We do see the 3 forward villas here, probably headed towards somewhere in the middle section here to establish their forward blockhouse. Villagers starting to herd here. Let's see what Rohbrot's macro is. He does have the 280 wood, so he will be able to build a blockhouse. He is not... Looks like he's macroing for Strelets, honestly. No
Mhm.
coin gathering right
Yeah, I
now.
think 5 Cossack 10 stellar opening is the way to go in this matchup.
I agree.
Because 5 Cossack do beat 4 Savars, and India cannot just start Cav at all.
No, no, no. Alright, so we do see some wood chopping. He's going to need a house if he wants Strelets, which I think he realizes. So he's going to now put a house down and then ship 5 Cossack and then time that with the training of the 13 Strelets when you're finally not popped. So if we look over at this defensive Agrifort, we only have 1 villager on it. That's all you need right now. He's now starting to get a market and some market techs. And,
Hmm.
yeah.
Can we switch on Fog of War for Conqueror? Has he scouted the Russia FB? Okay, he
Yes, he
has.
has. Yes, very good
That's
scouting
good.
pattern.
That's good.
Excellent scouting pattern, actually. He's identified the herds around his base. He's identified the enemy's doings. And Rohbrot, on the other hand, has indeed scouted the in-base Agrifort. He hasn't really scouted this section of the map, which might be a little concerning, but he knows there's resources down there. But it's just a matter of time of when he's going to need to get there. 3 Vils coming in, hunting dogs. Now putting villagers on coin. He is picking up the wood crates, so he needs to build a house and then get some Strelets in queue. He can now do so. India almost aged up. Alright, so
I'm very interested to see Conqueror's first shipment here.
yeah, I think it should be 700 wood. I mean, that's fair
Oh, going
too,
so
but
greedy.
yeah, I mean,
Oh
700 wood
man.
is just so much more. Like, this is scary if he gets pushed here, right?
Yeah.
But fair. I mean, let's see what Rohbrot's doing. The Cossacks are almost in. He's not making any other units. Now the 10 Strelets are... Yeah, the Strelets could have been timed to come out with these Cossacks, and he would have had a nice timing at 518 versus just, now getting steel traps, which is pretty early for steel traps, if I'm being honest. Before
Mhm.
700 wood comes in, which is always what you want to potentially get. If you can do it, you should. He's got, now he's just macroing for muskets. I feel like he's going to go for a timing more than anything else. He doesn't want Conqueror
Yeah.
to see the Cossacks because he would have dove in right now. Um, let's see what Conqueror is up to at the meantime. Now training Gurkha. Okay. I think that's a good decision. He has some Cossack or Sepoys out. Defense with the Agrifort and then potentially Minutemen if he needs it. Now going for 700 wood. He does have, 5 yaks, so he's getting 0.10 he's getting 0.12 per second XP, which is really nice. He's getting 0.6, so it's just less than a church, but it's free.
That's true. That's true. And I think Rohbrot going a little bit greedy with the earlier steel traps, as you mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
is actually playing into Conqueror's hand.
Yeah,
Since he went for the greedy foreign logging, now he'll go 700 word. He'll probably add a consulate and a stable. He can follow that up with 300 export and have a very scary timing to push out.
yeah. And, Rohbrot surely must know the Indian timings, especially on this map where the other player needs to push out around the, 7-minute mark, 6:30, 7-minute mark. And with that, I mean, yeah, these Cossacks have done absolutely nothing. Like what have they done? They haven't even scouted the base. Like, they're not pushing in. They should be killing these explorers. Now we have 9 Cossacks on the field, so he's also opted to send 4 Cossacks. So this is going to be his timing, and,
But yeah, under the defensive
yeah.
town center, defensive Agra fort, I don't see 20 Strelets, 9 Cossacks doing much.
No.
And now he has to push because he has committed to sending 2 back-to-back military shipments. So yeah, Rohbrot can't just sit idle right now.
And that's exactly what he's doing. And, all this tempo is just looks like, okay, now he's going in. Another thing I'd like to note is I would really like to see these water buffalo put in between these choke points here and here, because they block off Cossacks and Strelets from walking in, and they are effectively a wall that cannot be killed, right?
Yeah, excellent point there. Yeah, that'd be hilarious to watch. Can you switch to Conqueror's POV now? Is he sending
Yes.
300 export? What is he making right now? Because if he overmakes Gurkha, that'd be one way to sort of lose this game right now.
Yeah, I agree. So he's making Gurkhas. So he's got 16 units. He's got his 2 explorers, of course. So he's got 10 10 Gurkhas, 6 sepoys. Consulate being put down, 300 export coming in. I like that he's not choosing the alliance. That's the sign of an experienced Asian player. Waiting for the export to come in to save you the consulate relation price. I think Sowers will be really good here.
Rohbrot is going to do any damage, he has to push now. Because once the export comes in, once the Delhi comes in, and that'll be the counter timing that India will have. Right now, India is sort of vulnerable. Rohbrot has an overwhelming mass, but he needs to push right away.
And he's not. He needs a second blockhouse, I think, to get more production, or a stable. I think a stable would be good, because then you force your opponent to not make Rumeliots and Sowers, which will just clean Strelets. Ottoman consulate coming in. He's got 600 export. He can go ASAP, Delhi, and he's gonna have a really strong 4-piece composition here.
And if he even goes 4 Sour next, I don't see how Russia can hold that timing.
Yeah, I mean, that would be just. There's not a lot of Ruskets here, and Rohbrot is like, this is why you need a second blockhouse. You have so much food, and you're just floating resources that you can't produce, right? Like, a second blockhouse here is what you need to be dumble pumping Ruskets at this point.
That's a solid defensive position for
Look at these chokes. Look at these
Remember the
chokes.
Gurkha with the 18 range, Agra Fort doing damage to the Strelets. I mean, there's nothing Rohbrot can do to push that. Now, interestingly, he's sending 700 coin. Is it to age? Is it to mass Cossacks? I'm not sure.
Let's look at his base. I mean, I think this is going to be to age, right? Like, typically you only need 3 villagers on coin for 1 blockhouse production. So I think this is going to be for the age up. He's identified that he's, constrained his opponent into his corner of the map. He hasn't really lost anything, but he's also not really, put out a lot of pressure. But the problem is that India here can also just, he's sending the 4 sowers, making more sowers here.
Yeah.
He's going to push out with an incredibly strong timing here and be able to take down the single blockhouse.
I'm very scared for Rohbrot.
Second blockhouse is coming down, but yeah, I think this is really, really, really scary. He's missed his timing. He hasn't killed any villagers. 29 villagers for Rohbrot, while Conqueror is now on 31. And again, he can send the 4 villagers from the consulate as
31
well.
villagers, 2 wood trickles,
yes,
and the passive consulate bonus and market tax. And if Rohbrot wanted to do this build, he should have just sent crates earlier, maybe even sent spice trade, avoid the 4 Cossack shipment.
Yeah.
This just, I feel like he just sent all back-to-back military cards, did nothing, and now he's just sending, he's doing a gamble with the 700 coin, while India has the timing in now, I don't think 2 blockhouses are enough to hold this.
Oh,
Because
absolutely
Russia
not.
has to, even if he hits HC, Russia has to upgrade all their units, and the
Yeah.
veterancy just costs so much, man.
And look at this mass of 11
Wow.
Sowars. I mean, this 4-piece comp is just gonna dominate here. There is a
I
really
think
nice tree line pathing issues, though, to prevent the Sowars from doing maximum damage, but he's pushing in. Rohbrot's aging up. Or is he? He is,
wow,
and he gets muskets queued, but,
that's the perfect timing to push if I've ever seen one.
yeah. And I tell you what, though, the Cossacks, trying to tank. Russ gets in melee mode. There's 14. Gurkha doing some nice damage. Elephant's coming on the back
Ooh,
to get some
elephants with the
damage.
stomp
Yeah, the
now
stomp on
on
the...
the Strelets will hit hard. They
Russ
will
gets
hit
pop
hard.
on the wrong side here, and India is cleaning up, and that massive stomp stunning every single Strelet there.
Oh man.
The Sowars go down, but there's more
And
reinforcing
the reinforcing
Sowars.
Sowars. This is just very beautiful played by Conqueror, I have to say.
Azap's
He
doing
had
nice
the
1.5
exact counter
rate of
build.
fire here, and the entire Russian mass gets clean.
Yeah. And now all of Rohbrot's eco is exposed. He will be age 3, but he has no army left to cover the falconets. He'll have to rebuild blockhouses. He'll have to rebuild a stable. And
If
yeah, Rohbrot was just caught with his pants down while he was aging.
honestly, if I were him, I would have just backed up to my town center and let him take these blockhouses. You can't sacrifice all of your age 2 army and go into age 3 and expect to, like, come out on top.
Yeah.
Like, if he waits for veterancy, this is a different fight. I mean, granted, Conqueror could have chased, but now he's free. He's pushed out as soon as his herds in base are starting to run low, and he's in a position to take this portion of the map. He's got, the age up still isn't in. He's sending coin himself now. He might consider aging behind this, or I think he's just going to continue massing, right? Like, he's got 24 Sepoys, 4 Azaps, 8
I
Gurkha.
think he can just do anything. Rohbrot's economy is exposed. He knows it's Bengal. Russia would have been running out of hunt right now.
Yeah, he is. He's got no food. Double blockhouses are up, but they're also not within TC fire or protecting any resources. Rohbrot, this base building needs to be worked on. He ages up, and he aged up with the Cossacks!
Cossack, what? Okay. And again, these, I think, blockhouses will go down for free without any veterancy upgrades.
Let's see his macro. He's getting veteran recruits. I mean, he should have aged up with 17 Strelets. That's surely better than 5 Cossacks.
Yeah. I think he should have just, aged up fast but saved all his units and sack the forward blockhouse.
Yeah, I agree. Nice raid here with the Sowars. Blockhouse is about to go down.
And if he trades all this infantry before the falconet comes in, that's not what he needs right now.
Yeah, the Sowars are still here. There's a good mass of 7, and Conqueror here. Falconets are going to pop. Villagers are exposed. Where are the Falconets popping from? They're popping from the town center, and they're popping on the other side. The Minutemen are all dead. Sowars are getting villager raids. And there's so many Sepoys here. Nice volley from the Falconets. Villager pull being done. He's just going to back up. But honestly, he's just going to... he can just take this. Losing a lot of villagers here. Down to 30 villagers. Conqueror on 42. And he's just going to back up. Killing more villagers.
Just playing it safe. Backing off.
About to age.
On his own.
Yeah. Has a shipment in queue ready to go. I mean, he can just do what he wants here. Back up with your mass. Don't lose anything. You've disrupted his eco. You're up 3k score. You've got the better economy. You've got the unit mass. You've got the better units. And, yeah. Your opponent's out of food and you're free to be on the map. I think this is going to be a very dicey situation. We do see 13 Musketeers coming in. The Falconets are still alive, and he does have veteran recruits. So if there's going to be a time for Rohbrot to do anything, it has to be now. He's got 30 Musketeers and 2 Falconets.
With the raid on the south, raid on the left side of the map at the 9 o'clock position where the Rohbrot's wills are. That
he doesn't see it. He doesn't see it.
Ooh, that's unfortunate for Conqueror.
Yeah, he could have easily ended the game there. And the Falconets are walking forward on these Gurkha. And what is Conqueror doing? He's aging right now. He's aging up with the Charminar Gate. How many Vils are on it? He has all 8 on it. It's going to be 45 seconds before he gets the age up in. He needs to run away from this. Rumeliat are coming in, so this will be really nice because these will Shadow Attack into age 3. And he's also, let's not forget,
Right.
going to get a Mahout. So Rohbrot is like, fuck it, I don't care about chasing that small army. I'm going to go right-click your base with this tempo that I have, which is exactly the right decision. But is the Mahout going to pop out in time?
Yeah, and those recruits, while Rohbrot has a decent remass, they aren't the strongest units. They are just like normal H2 musketeers in their statistics.
Yeah, they
And
are.
you know, the India units are just very high quality right now. One nice pop, he even has both Minutemen alive. He can play it slow, he can wait for his siege elephants, or he can just dive right in.
Yeah. And scores are getting closer. Russia does underscore. And he's remassed very nicely despite losing his forward blockhouses.
Do we have another shipment from Rohbrot? I think he needs to round out his unit composition. He should
Yes.
expect the siege elephants that are coming. Because what does he do when the once the siege elephants come out?
Yeah, and we do see that the Cav Archers are being trained here. And the Mahout is in position to be taken down. Does he notice it, though? He doesn't. And he's going to try and right-click this Agra Fort before anything
But yeah,
happens.
but the Agra fort will buy so much time.
It will with 5,000 HP. I mean, you know, he's got 37 Ruskets and 2 Falconets here. Where's the
The
Mahout
siege
going?
elephants will just pop from the town center and can potentially just clear everything.
Here
Yeah.
comes the timing. Siege Elephants with the Minutemen coming in. Sepoys and Gurkhas getting their discipline techs. Here come the... oh boy, the Siege Elephants are in.
Ooh,
Takes down a Falconet right away. Sowers coming in with Rumeliat timing. Minutemen.
yeah,
Mahout coming in on the flank. The Falconets are down. And the Cav
that's a beautiful
Archers.
pop.
Oh, that was a beautiful pop and cleanup. And the... oh, Mahout getting a ton of snaring damage. Beautiful timing. Well played defense. And he's even going to save the Mahout.
Wow, yeah. Excellent micro by Conqueror there.
Excellent job. Agreed. Cleans up everything, and that's got to be the game right there, right? Surely. I mean, he's sending now 9 Sepoys. Is he getting the Mansabdar as well? Yep, he's getting the Mansabdar Sepoy. Yeah, looking really strong position on 50 villagers with castles around the map now. Rohbrot, on the other hand, here is on 36 villagers, just now getting veteran Cossacks.
Does he have an artillery foundry? What's the 1K coin for?
I don't know. He better have an artillery foundry, but the thing is that the siege elephants are effectively going to deny any artillery that comes out.
Yeah, that's also true.
And he's
So you
getting
need to
walked into a
invest in.
corner here. Oh god. I mean, like, what is he trying to go for mercenaries? No. I mean, why does he have so much coin? I don't really see the purpose with this macro. I mean, it's you just, yeah. Siege Elephant's gonna take down these blockhouses now. Nice, massive, yeah, and Rohbrot just resigns.
Yeah,
GG, well played. Oh,
yeah. I think the whole game, Conqueror just had the edge. He had the better build. He waited patiently for his timing. He executed it perfectly. Rohbrot did have a little bit of a window. He did have a good remas with the Falconets. I mean, he is a Musk Falcon enjoyer, but you know, India sees elephant, those beautiful pops, and you know, the game just turned around again. And yeah, Conqueror was just always ahead. This is how you have to play the matchup as India, and Conqueror just showed how it's done and takes a deserved win.
Conqueror getting away with very greedy, going for 4 logging into 700 wood and 300 export, and just simply was not punished. And I think that was really
And
the
look at that main
difference.
fight, man.
So big.
Conqueror had same military pop as Russia, and
Yeah.
he had like all the units were so much better.
Yeah, and he had the exact composition needed to just delete. If you're going to excuse me for one moment, I'm going to run to the restroom, so please keep our 230 viewers in chat entertained. I'll be right back, and we'll get into
Wow.
game 3.
Yeah. Someone saying change Sweden flag, please. Yep, we'll get right to that. Liu saying same pop military fight for Russia sucks. Definitely. I mean, it just shows, this matchup requires a lot of experience, and Rohbrot's Sif pool may not be as deep, and just played the matchup a bit wrong here. I think Rohbrot needed to be more aggressive initially in H2. Can't invest in steel traps, and you can't expect to go 9 Cossacks, 13 Stealths, and not even kill one villager of India and get away with that. So yeah, Conqueror taking the win there. But yeah, bringing the interest series score to 2-1. Pretty interesting. Game number 4, I think, will be on New England. So I'm very excited to see what the Civ picks are. New England offers so much promise as a map. You have the classic caravels in pawn. You have the middle trading posts up. You have the water going. You have all the chokes, which sort of uh, present pathing problems. You can go for base trades. I mean, I think I've seen the wackiest games on New England. So yeah, I'm very excited for game number 4, and we'll get right
Alright.
to it once Mohongpa comes.
I am back, and
There it is.
I did
There it is.
realize that the Sweden flag is not the correct flag. Who did Robot play in game 2 there?
So he played Brit,
That's right,
the
that's
classic
right.
GMT F5 Brit
Yes.
shenanigans.
Yes, yes, that's right. That was an insane game, I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yep.
that's YouTube stuff right there. Alright,
Yeah.
so yeah, Conqueror winning game number 3 there, and that was a very, very well played game. Let me add in the scores. Okay, the scores are updated. So game 3 between, as we just saw, Russia for player 1, and he was defeated. Oops. P1 defeat, P3 victory, view, and I have to change the P2 Civ from auto to India. Alright. So very nice game. Yeah. Why is this not showing up? Okay, whatever. That's a bug, but yeah. Anyways, let's get into the next game. Alright, let's see. Spectator mode, all non-ranked matches. ESOC Lobby A. I love New England. I'm so glad we finally get to
Oh
cast a
yeah.
New England game. And let's get into the action. Alright, everyone. Welcome back once again to this round of 16. Best of 7 between
Oh
Rohbrot
wow.
and Conqueror. And we have the Ottomans as the pick against Mexico.
I think Mexico has been a popular pick on New England. I remember Frontline taking it. I remember some other player also picking it. But yeah, Ottoman definitely very strong pick on New England as well. I do want to see is Conquer a water enjoyer like the Haudenosaunee game, because we have seen some pretty strong Ottoman water plays. I've seen that from Julian, we've seen that from some other players as well. Or it's going to be the standard trading post mosque start.
Yeah,
That
and
we'll have to wait and see.
yeah, we do see the Moss going down and a mid TP going down right
Ah,
away.
okay.
And I do agree. I think Ottoman on this map is very good. They obviously have access to 4 trading posts. The galleys are typically a little bit stronger than caravels. Not only that, Otto can go heavily onto the water and still produce villagers and just put everybody onto wood. Um, However, Mexico is also a very good water civ. Let's not forget that some of their revolts give them access to many, many fishing boats, which can be, just safely on this side of the map. Because the one thing is you don't want to use your water shipments, like your anti-water shipments, on the actual water. You want to use them on these critical ponds. So it's almost like you're playing on 2 water sides. So it's really risky.
Hmm.
If you invest heavily into the water, there's not going to be a lot to potentially contest you, and it's also going to be harder to spot, because look at all these like little cliffs that you can put docks down on, and particularly if you have a forward base here, it can be very effective. So curious to see
That
how
is
they play
true.
that.
I'm expecting an early hacienda right in the middle of the true trading posts. And, Rohbrot trying to, starting with those pesky insurgenties, those cheap pikes that are so good at sieging, and then try to take control of the, three trading posts.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
we
that'd be the standard way to play it, but,
we
it's Rohbrot.
we
Anything can
do
happen.
we do see a very heavily loaded H4, so I would assume, as you mentioned, he's probably going to do some like pikes into take down the TP line maybe, and then establish some forward hacienda positioning. Then from there, potentially go to Central America, do what you want in that. Either you make artillery or you go to industrial, and then we'll take a look over at Conqueror's deck. So he's
Does
shipping.
Conqueror have any water?
Yes,
Oh,
he
okay. So he
does.
has anti-water cards, but nothing for booming on water.
Right. So he does have Silk Road though. He's not doing the Silk Road build. He's picked up all of his crates, obviously, but it could be potentially like later in the game if you go for all the TPs, you just get Stagecoach and get an extra 25% boost on all trading post income. And also, if you're spamming crates, like he has all these crates here that could be really valuable the longer the game goes on and the more crates you send.
Right. So I think it'll definitely play out in H2, as and who contests and wins the free stagecoach line, or it could even play out in sort of FF wars. I'm expecting the former, but yeah,
I,
let's see.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
agree.
the forward Hacienda does give the indication, but you never know.
So aging up here with the Quartermaster for Conqueror, and Rohbrot is now sending the Cathedral card. So this indicates to me that this is part of like the Central America build, because you can revolt
Hmm.
very cheaply into Central America, and this generates XP, gives you some nice techs. Um, yeah, so it's very, very critical in this part of the build. Cow going forward now into the forward Hacienda, as well as some of the other sheep on this map that have, they're just kind of laying around the sides of the map. So very nice use of the